by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the Cashion community. They are also proud parents of past and present Cashion students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Walk it up. Get you some.
Check. Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small-town charm with the modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
All right, welcome to Cashion, Oklahoma, Friday Night Football. We're bringing you Cashion Wildcat football live from Maxon Field here Friday night as the Cashion Wildcats 0-1 taking on the 1-0 2A Pawhuska Huskies. I'm Neiman Abavi. My man Chris Gibson bringing in the action today on a warm but not too hot evening here in Friday. And it's game 2. It's always a good day to be back on Maxon Field, right, Chris?
No doubt. I'm glad Cashion football is back in full swing. I know we had started out last week in Rejoice, but the home opener here in Cashion is always something special, and I'm excited to see what the young cats can do tonight.
Yeah, speaking of the young cats, we talked about them in ad nauseum on the last broadcast, but our boys, all 32 on the roster, we have 21 of them that are freshmen and sophomores, which a lot of them were getting ample playing time and kind of thrown in the fire. The Wildcats learned on the road as they took on the 2A, number 5 ranked in Class 2A Rejoice Christian Eagles on the road. Wildcats losers, 0-59. I think Lane and I and you were talking about it's probably first time in history the clock rolled for us on a game. But nonetheless, the Wildcats took on a very veteran. It's like we're going to have the officials coming in here. So a very veteran Rejoice Christian Eagles team led coming on the field at home again with a lot of seniors. All too deep were seniors and juniors. But the Wildcats did have some positives. Ethan Waswo, the sophomore quarterback, 6 for 15, 75 yards. He did have 4 interceptions. One of them was a punt, in essence. But had some good connections, found his man Max Higdon. Max was the junior, had 3 receptions for 50 yards. Timmy Jones, the sophomore, came in and had 8 tackles there at the linebacker spot. There was some good signs from the team, but again, this may be the story this year, thus far in the early part, a little overmatched and oversized against the Rejoice Christian Eagles.
Yeah, no doubt. There was a few times in that game where, young kid was in the right spot and just due to physicality and size, the other team made the play, and they'll learn from that. They'll learn how to adjust and make stop plays from happening and use that. Their quickness, a lot of those kids are quick. They may not always be as big, but they'll use that quickness to kind of overcome some of the size differential. But, man, yeah, I was excited. I mean, yeah, you never like to get drawn 59-0, but just watching those young kids kind of grow up in front of our eyes. Yeah. And, I mean, a lot of those kids, I think probably 5 or 6 kids on the field at every snap. Yep. Were playing junior high football last year. Yep. And so being thrown in the fire like that, you're going to have some growing pains. But, man, they are going to be forged. They are going to be, fire tested by the time these kids are sophomores, juniors, seniors. They're going to have some experience, and it's going to be fun to watch. This year, we're going to watch them give every bit of heart that they've got, and we still may come up short. But doing that and keeping their head up, staying the course, is going to pay off in the long run.
Amen. So, Chris, you had mentioned those freshmen. We had 9 different freshmen with meaningful minutes in the game last year. That may be a first, I bet, for even Coach Shack. I mean, it's been a long time. We've had a freshman here and there kind of pop in, but not 9. Yeah. And so if you roll in the sophomores, guys like starting quarterback Ethan Waswo, among others, it is a very, very young team. But, they always say that the biggest jumps from game 1 to game 2. And so we hope to kind of see that. Before we move on to break down the Pawhuska Huskies, again, 1-0 under Matt Hennessy, we want to thank all of our fantastic sponsors that making this an opportunity for us. You'll catch them in the right-hand corner. Our awesome producer, Jackson Drake, will be running those commercials for us in between the games. But there's still plenty of time if you'd like to advertise and make this free of charge, not only on CWTV, CashionWildcats.tv, but where else? Chris, where else can you catch it?
You can catch it streaming live on Facebook. This is our first game that we kind of figured out how to throw it on Facebook. So if you notice, if you're watching on Facebook, we're here. We're live on Facebook. You can always go back and catch the live or the archive. You can switch over and watch it on Squirtle Live, or you can watch the archives. After the game is over, you can always go back to Squirtle and watch that. But we are going to be starting to stream our games live on Facebook.
Yeah, so free of charge, again, fantastic. And then If you want to be a sponsor, always go to cashionwildcats.tv, hit that red advertise button up top. You can check out all the different options that are available to you. You can always find Coach Shack or Coach Hardaway. They can also set you straight. But again, we produce well over almost close to 100 events in a school year. We are on the road. We're at home. We take care of you. We cover all the athletics, major athletics, as best as we can, as well as other musical programs, et cetera. And again, it's free of charge because of our fantastic sponsors. So thank you for doing that. No sign-up fee. If you see a link to sign up to pay $9.99, it's not the real deal, so don't fall for that spam. But again, appreciate you guys joining us here on Game 2. Jackson Drake has done a great job for us. If you see him around, make sure and pat him on the back. We appreciate him and everything he's doing. And a big shout-out to our man Gage Beddick, our senior cameraman on the field, and our 8th grader Supreme, our man Maddox Gibson up top. But again, we love and appreciate all the support. And if you want to come help us out, we absolutely will take it. So if we think about the Huskies coming in, it's not a shock. I went and looked at the score and I checked out their film. 82-0 over Caney Valley last week. In true Coach Hennessy fashion, they will try to be the most prolific scoring team in all of Oklahoma. That doesn't change based on who they have. In fact, they graduated the Pioneer woman's sons. They were there for about 7 or 8 years. Almost felt like a decade they were there. The Drummond boys.
And they did a great job.
They were fantastic. We've got some new guys, but they certainly reloaded there under Matt Hennessy. They were winners 82-0. Canyon Hidman, the junior quarterback, kind of filled in, went 10 of 12, 295 yards, had 6 passing touchdowns to go along with 2 rushing. We had running back Wyatt Cosby, had 4 carries, 83 yards. And everything on offense and defense revolves around senior JoJo Hendren. Had 9 carries, 74 yards, a touchdown. Also was one of the leading tacklers along with Noah Wilson. You know, when you think Pawhuska, you think high-flying, prolific, smash mouth, they get after it. I don't necessarily think that'll be any different than today for the Wildcats.
Oh, no doubt. Hennessy is coming in with like you said, another loaded offense that he knows he can keep his foot pedal to the metal, and he's going to do that and try to score as many points as he can. If you know, just watching film last week on Pawhuska, I think Deacon Hendren was who they showed that's going to start tonight. He didn't even play. And number 11, Canyon Hidman, you talked about him. He was throwing it deep. He was dropping stuff off. And they were just never missed a beat. And so they have the weapons. And then, like you said, JoJo Hendren. And if you've watched Cashion Wildcat TV and seen us play Pawhuska over the past 4 years, Deacon Hendren, JoJo Hendren has been a name that you heard. And I think it was was it the game that we played there in 2020? And I think he had a lot of big catches because, you know, we were so focused on Hurd and we were so focused on Gilkey that the kid did a really good job. And so he's got a lot of experience. He's really good. He's a tough, big, strong kid. And you're going to see JoJo Hendren with the ball in his hands a lot tonight and from the backfield. And then you're going to see Deacon Hendren. I think we saw him out warming up, so I think he's back this week. Yep. And I guess he was injured last week. That's something I got to figure out.
I didn't see a lot of him on film, et cetera. Yeah, because they didn't need him at Canyon Valley.
Canyon Hindman was doing a great job, but I think I saw Deacon Hendren, number 8, back there taking all the snaps during pregame. And, man, he's a big, strong-looking, really good athlete-looking kid back there too. And then they've got a lot of quick receivers just like they've always had. And then across that front line on offense and defense, got some big old boys, some kids that are 280, 290. But let's see what happens. We've got some big boys on our front line too, and we can go. Hopefully, we can hang with them physicality wise. But it's going to be the young cats just again thrown to the fire. See what we can do, and really just see if they'll give all their effort and keep their head up.
Absolutely. So great breakdown. We really appreciate you guys joining us. We're about 25 minutes from kickoff here at Maxson Field in Cashion, Oklahoma. Beautiful day. I don't know if they've got the scoreboard working or not. They do have the scoreboard working. So
I told you Coach Hardaway would
Coach Hardaway,
get it
the group. We had a lot of great folks. We got fantastic crews. So the scoreboard, we were wondering if that was going to be working. But we do appreciate you guys joining us live on CashionWildcats.tv or Squirtle TV, and now on Facebook. We really appreciate you. We're going to go to a quick commercial. When we come back, we're gonna take a look at players, key players to watch, as well as keys to the game, the legacy financial and insurance services key plays, and I don't know if you're going to do a prediction or not for us, Chris. I don't know if we're doing that this year, but we'll provide kind of final thoughts on the game as we lead to kickoff here as the Wildcats take it on the Pawhuska Huskies live from Maxon Field. So hang tight. We'll be right back.
Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and replacement. Large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain & Grange, still the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
At Water Heater Man, we specialize in repairing and replacing all water heaters. We service the OKC Metro and surrounding towns with fast, reliable service. We keep our vans fully stocked with essential parts needed for basic repairs, and new tanks are always on the vans ready to go. We offer free estimates on all jobs with financing options available. We match manufacturer's warranty for all newly replaced water heaters. We'll get your water heater back up and running as fast as possible so you don't have to put your life on hold waiting for service. Give us a call today, 405-844-TANK. That's 405-844-8265. Go Wildcats!
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcat TV Friday Night Football live from Maxson Field in beautiful Cashion, Oklahoma, where your Cashion Wildcats looking to get that victory tonight over the Pawhuska Huskies. Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson bringing tonight's action. We had a chance to kind of break down last week a little bit of the Pawhuska Huskies. And as we are about, about 15 minutes from kickoff, Chris, let's walk through players to watch and keys to the game. So from the Pawhuska Huskies, they got a lot of talented kids. Who are we going to be looking out for from your perspective?
On Pawhuska Huskies, we talked about them a little bit earlier. But Deacon Hendren, number 8, quarterback, senior. He's a kid that didn't get to play last week, but we saw him in pregame. We saw him in some of their scrimmage stuff. He's going to be good. He's going to be a kid that can run the ball, throw the ball, and just kind of make plays all over the field. Then you got, and I don't know, is Deacon Hendren and JoJo Hendren,
I don't know.
Are they brothers?
They're both seniors.
Are they
maybe cousins?
Cousins, I don't know. So maybe somebody from Pawhuska.
They're different sizes, I can tell you that. Because JoJo will stand out.
Yeah.
JoJo looks like he's a Mack truck on 2 feet.
Yes, no doubt. So JoJo Hendren, number 44, is another one to keep an eye on for the Pawhuska Huskies. And you said it, Mack truck. I mean, just a big, strong kid that's going to get the ball and be just a bowling ball. So these young Cashion Wildcats are going to have to fly to the football and gang tackle and come in and hit hard and just and hope we can bring him down. Yep. But those two kids are going to be the two kids to really keep an eye on tonight for the Pawhuska Huskies.
H&H, again, a lot of guys. You know, one guy that I've highlighted on defense is Noah Wilson with 2 L's, number 9, the senior, 6'3", 240. He absolutely stands out quite a bit. Again, he was the leading tackler last week against Caney Valley. Makes a lot of plays. He also plays a little tight end fullback, and they'll flip him out there every once in a while. So certainly, again, just
so tell me this. So
please.
Last week they played Caney Valley, and it was
82-0.
And just watching that Caney Valley team, they had some kids that could. I mean, they were some.
Yeah.
They weren't little. They just were not in the right spots ever, and it was so easy for Pawhuska to move the ball up and down the field. Versus who we played, and it was a challenge, right?
Right.
I mean, it was almost easy for Rejoice, but being that we played a really, really, a high level competition versus what they played, a lower competition, maybe that'll help us out tonight. And I mean, I'm not going to say that we're going to go out there and throttle Pawhuska, but I think that's going to give us a little bit of an advantage, just seeing a better group of kids last week than what they did.
Always the optimist, so I love it. I love what you're saying there, Green. Looks like we're going to have the national anthem. Okay. So we'll hang tight. We'll get a little bit of national anthem here. All right, God bless America. Fantastic rendition there by the Cashion Wildcat Marching Band. Appreciate that. Again, United States of America, we're super blessed to live here, greatest country in the universe, and super blessed to be here as the fight song is being played on the field. Again, Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson bringing you tonight's action live from Maxon Field. Home opener for the Cashion Wildcats, 0-1 on the season. Looking to move to 1-1, but it's going to be a tough one against Class 2A perennial power Pawhuska Huskies. Coach Hennessy coming in. And Chris, we kind of broke down a little bit of players to watch. If you think about key plays or basically the key areas of focus here for the Cashion Wildcats today to get that victory, what are those few things that you'd like to see from Coach Shack and the bunch today?
So the keys for this Cashion Wildcat team today, and it's going to kind of be a theme throughout the season, is just be disciplined. Try not to have any turnovers. Take care of the football, which with a young quarterback and young receivers, you want them to take chances. You want them to learn. You want them to get better. So turnovers are going to happen. But try to stay clean there and then really limit the penalties. Penalties are huge when you're a young team and you have to fight and crawl and claw for every yard. When you get a penalty and you get put back behind the chains, it's going to be massive. In years past, we could be, first and 30 and go, okay, we got this. We know we're going to drive right down the field and be okay. But you get behind the chains with a young team, inexperienced team, and it can be daunting. So first key is just stay disciplined, no penalties, no turnovers. Second key of the game is on defense. These young kids, like I said, a lot of them were playing junior high football last year. The speed of the game is a lot different. On defense, these young kids need to take better angles. Last week we saw it. They were in the right spots, but they weren't taking very good angles, and kids were running by them. Take better angles, make tackles, and then when you get there, wrap up. That way, whenever your team is flying to the football, you're going to gang tackle, you're going to bring kids down, and you're going to be able to stop that offense of the Pawhuska Huskies. So, first off, stay disciplined. Second of all, take really good angles, fly to the football, gang tackle on defense.
All right, love it. Great breakdown. And, those are things that, Chris, your breakdown and just thoughts about the game are fantastic. It's why you're the best in the biz here in terms of color here, not only, in terms of understanding game to game, but also within game. And what you're outlining are things that a new, inexperienced team are going through. These are the growing pains. I totally agree. I want to see better angles. I want to see less mistakes. At least give yourself a chance to do better on the time of possession, field possession type of situation to give yourself a chance. Case in point, last week, we had a great 3-and-out, had lost it down, had stopped Rejoice, negative yardage, but then a 15-yard penalty led to a 4th and 3, and they went ahead and went for it and converted it, whereas they probably would have punted.
Yep.
So, those are the things definitely that you want to take care of and help out. And so we'll see where it goes. So we've got about, looks like about 8 minutes. Appreciate you guys hanging tight with us. We'll take a small break here to pay a little bills. And when you come back, we'll be ready to take care of a little bit of running through the tunnel and kickoff here live from Maxon Field. So hang tight, and we'll be right back.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Welcome back to Maxon Field, live in Cashion, Oklahoma. CWTV production of Friday Night Football. Cashion Wildcats taking on the Pawhuska Huskies from 2A. Wildcat captains are on the field, and I appreciate you guys joining us. So, Chris, we're excited about this. We've got some new captains this year, for the Wildcats. All 5 of them brand new. Junior Timmy Jones. We've got senior Tommy Branson. Was Tommy a captain last year?
No.
No. Okay. No. And then we've got number 14, junior Max Higdon. Number 44, junior Caleb. I apologize. Number 44, Caleb Durant. And then junior number 63, Caden Seeley, our center. Speaking of Caden, I thought he did really well last week. I know he had a couple snaps that he wanted back, but with the pressure and the size of the Rejoice Christian line, I thought he did a great job last week.
Yeah, and early on, heck, I thought it was Tommy up there because Tommy had taken a lot of snaps during that preseason scrimmage, and I think it was because Seeley might have been injured. But, yeah, Seeley came in there, got in there and did a great job. Like you said, I think there was a few bad snaps right there at the beginning, but he kind of settled in, and it was never really another bad snap after that.
You only recognize a center when it's bad, right? Yeah. That's the only time, unfortunately. But Caden's done a great job. Was a starting center last year. Wildcats, white helmets, black tops, white pants. Visiting Pawhuska Huskies in their traditional black helmets, gray tops, black bottoms, a little trim of orange in there, a little as the Huskies. These are the Tiger version of the Huskies. Captains for the Huskies are JoJo Hendren, Cameron Long.
I think they stole those jerseys from Crescent.
Yeah, they look just like
Looks
it.
Just like Crescent.
May have been Noah Wilson, Traven Richardson for the Coach Hennessy. Yeah, you're exactly right. Got quite a bit of a Crescent look to it. Wildcats certainly. If we talk about the Oregon of high school football, it definitely is Coach Shack and the Wildcats with about 19,000 different uniform variations. Looks like the Huskies did win the toss and are going to receive in pure Hennessy fashion. So with that, it'll be Wildcats kicking off. We'll be moving from left to right. This is an east-west facing field, so for those of you that are taking a look and you're watching from home, we'll be working left to right every time. but the Wildcats will have the sun to their back as they take the defense end here at the start of this game. Big shout out to our officials. We've got a four-man crew. Can't have the game without them. Five-man? Where's the fifth one?
He's hanging out.
He's hanging out. Back judge. All right. But, Chris, what do we always say about our officials?
You know, these officials are so appreciated. You know, without the officials, we wouldn't be able to have these games. And right now there is a shortage of officials. And if you would like to get involved, reach out to the OSSAA. They are looking for people, and they will sign you up very quickly. So we appreciate these officials. Without them, we couldn't have the game. Now, we may not always agree with them, but we do appreciate them. And we're homers. We're Cashion homers, and we can see really, really good up here. And so when we disagree, we're probably right. They're probably wrong. No, just kidding. We really, really appreciate these officials and all they do. They don't get enough appreciation, and we can't thank them enough for showing up and being here so we can have Friday night football.
Amen, amen. Definitely want to enhance the piece where we certainly don't always agree. I thought the officials last week were pretty good.
They were really good. They were really good, yep.
Yeah, I made the joke. I think a few folks besides yourself kind of caught on. I had my personal joke regarding private schools and officials, but fantastic crew up there in the Owasso area. They love football in northeast Oklahoma, don't they?
They do.
We love football here in Red Dirt Land in Logan, Kingfisher County, and again, appreciate you guys joining us here as the Wildcats 0-1 on the season, looking to take care of business. The Pawhuska Huskies, it's going to be a tall task, but certainly we're looking for the mini victories. Big shout out to Coach Wood and the defense. I know that from his standpoint, he'll have a lot of pressure with his squad this particular night. So coming out on the field for the Huskies, I believe we've got number 4, Treven Richardson, wide receiver, 5'9", 155 senior in the back. Joining him is number 7, Logan Cass, as well as number 2, Corlin Cass, brothers, cousins, who knows. But nonetheless, little Osage County versus Logan Kingfisher County here tonight. Yeah. Wildcats will be going with who was kicking for us last time? I wish I could remember. Do we remember who's kicking for us? Are we waiting? I think Coach Jay is trying to figure out his.
I want to say Riker was out there kicking last game, but okay. I could be wrong.
We only had one opportunity. Hey, big shout out to our man Dagan Lloyd coming back. Had a successful surgery on that broken leg. Dagan, if you're at home watching, big thumbs up and a big fist bump for you, brother. We hope for a speedy recovery, and so you'll be hopefully ready for powerlifting season. Number 59 kicking off for the Wildcats. That's going to be Benson Waltman, the senior. We talked about him. He's got that big club on his left hand, a little offensive line for us. Wildcats will set up on the 40, and we'll have football here any second.
Yeah, and as the Pawhuska Huskies get the ball, just one thing to think about whenever they get the ball in their hands, look at kids running out of the backfield, them finding little screen plays, them trying to do wheel routes. That's going to be their offense tonight, and you got to watch the defensive backs for the Cashion Wildcats. Don't let anybody sneak out, be wide open down the field out of the backfield.
All right, so with that, we got a whistle, we got a hand. Waltman will get it.
And he is kin to the Christiansens.
Okay.
So that falls right in line.
All right, so that falls in the hands of Cassman. He's going to roll to the middle. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to bust outside. He's got a lane. Waltman's going to stand up wall, come back inside. Hand tackle, eventually brought down. Nice job there by the kicker Waltman. But give credit to Corlin Cass, the sophomore, getting it all the way out to midfield where the Huskies will start. First down and 10.
Well, that was another, I can't remember who, couldn't tell you who it was, but it was one of the younger kids out there. I got to learn these numbers. But he made it down there fast, got down there quick, didn't wrap up, made contact, didn't wrap up. You got to wrap up, let your team fly to the football, and stop them early rather than late.
Hendren back to shotgun. Hendren in motion as well. Go ahead and keep it. Quarterback keeper right side. Met at the line there, tripped up. Initial job, it looks like that was number 2 by the Wildcats. Drew Westerhoff, the sophomore, coming in a little submarine action. Cuts down Hendren there. We'll just go with Deacon on a 3-yard carry. Little speed offense.
Ethan Waswell jumped in there too.
Love seeing that on that cleanup. JoJo, the left of Deacon, will jet sweep keep. Hendren will keep it up the middle. He'll go up inside. It looks like that's going to be number 9 on the initial tackle, Timmy Jones. He led the team last week with 8.
Yeah, and right now Hennessy's just going, hey, we've got some big boys up front. Let's run the football, kind of lull them to sleep, but you got to watch out. Don't let them let you fall asleep because then they're going to go deep on you.
Shotgun, double back set. Wildcats showing blitz from the outside. Rolling up was number 30. That's Rival Fields, the freshman. In motion is Wilson. Hedren back to pass, going across the middle, looking for his man. And it's broken up. Great work there by number 6. Austin Compton, the sophomore, climbing the back of number 4. The intended receiver, Traven Richardson. It's going to be 4th down, we will not see the punter for Pawhuska tonight.
No, I told Nima before the game, I said, it'll be a win if we ever see the punter for Pawhuska. And he said, they will not punt the ball if they're on their own 10-yard line.
Empty backfield. Deacon back to pass, and we'll have a timeout, Wildcats. It looks like Coach was that Coach Wood?
Coach
yes,
Wood.
It was Coach Wood went ahead and screaming his folks to come over. So with 4th and about 4, the Wildcats were facing an empty look. Coach Wood did not look like the formation. And actually, it was well done because he got a look at what was going to happen there with Deacon throwing that in the flats. So 3 plays, Wildcats holding up here. A couple runs and a big toss down the middle. Great job by the sophomore Compton breaking that up.
Yep.
What do you expect here?
And if you watched any film on Pawhuska last week, Trayvon there, he did a great job of going up, catching the ball down the field, over people. So great job by Compton getting in there, breaking up the pass. Last week we saw a couple young kids there to break up the pass and just didn't punch the ball out, finish the play. That time he did. Great job by Compton.
All right, so 4th and 4. Same look. One back set. Hendren will hand off to JoJo back in the backfield, and he'll be taken down. Look at there. Matthew Stockton, initial push. Coming back in, a slew of Wildcats. Turnover of down. Wildcats take over. 1st and 10.
I love it. That's these young kids right there just giving all they have, going against bigger, older kids, just fighting tooth and nail. And that time you had Matthew Stockton. He is actually one of those upperclassmen, the few and far between.
Yep.
He's a junior, and he got through there quick, slowed him down, and then everybody flew to the football to make the stop.
Using those wrestling skills, Wildcats will go double tight end. Timmy Jones in the backfield today. He'll get the first handoff behind. He'll break one tackle. He won't get the second and third. He'll lean forward. Timmy's a tough guy to bring down. Wildcats fortunate just to lose 2 or 3 there as Ethan Waswo to Timmy Jones. A little bit difference from last week.
Yeah, and we wondered when we'd see Timmy Jones get the ball in his hands, and because last year he did a great job running the football, hard-nosed runner, just doesn't go down easily. And so I'm glad to see him in the backfield and a chance to run the football.
All right, so we've got 2nd down and long for the Wildcats. Again, we do have Caleb Duran kind of in that sniffer fullback position. Wildcats receiver-wise will go with junior Max Higdon as well as Drew Westerhoff. Westerhoff kind of working off that bum ankle. He goes ahead and he's going to roll back into the backfield. Ethan Waswo is going to come over and come out. I'm not sure if he's got an equipment issue or what.
I think the official is the one that stopped the play there and said
he's got a little bleeding.
Out.
I think Ethan may be bleeding quite a bit. So Westerhoff will come in for a snap at backup quarterback. Joining him in the backfields will be number 30. That's Rival Fields, the freshman. We saw Rival last week. Rival had a few carries. Let's see as Westerhoff will get the play. Again, the Wildcats will go double tight end. Caleb Duran is in, actually one tight end. And we'll have power formation, stacked line. Max protect for Westerhoff. 2nd and long, snap. He's going to go ahead and keep it. He's got a small lane, breaks to his right, little cut up inside. Westerhoff flashing the feet. Love it, my man. Gets across midfield, and we've got 3rd and manageable for the Wildcats.
I was just about to say, guarantee you the ball will not leave his hands. And of course, Coach said, nope, get the ball, run upfield, find a lane. And Drew did a great job. He's a smaller kid, kind of hid behind some of those linemen and shot through there and picked up a huge gain on 2nd down to give the Wildcats 3rd and manageable.
Wildcats go trip up top. Travis Loveholz will check back in. No back set here as Ethan Waswo staring at 3rd and 5. Huskies showing blitz. Wildcats will go Meerkat, change the play here. Max Higdon aced out by himself here on the short side. He'll go ahead and keep it. Gets past a few defenders, but stacked up on the line. Gain of 1 here for Ethan Wassow as he's kind of stood up. He'll gain 1. He'll bring up 3rd down and about 3, or 4th down and 3 here for the Wildcats in Pawhuska territory.
Yeah, and last week, some of the best plays we had were on 4th down. Coach Shackelford, he's going to go for it here. He's on the Pawhuska side of the 50, and let's see if the Cashion Wildcats can't keep a drive alive and get the first down of the ball game.
Grayson Davis checks in at the slot next to Higdon. Westerhoff moves to running back next to Wassow. Back to pass is Wassow. Pressure from the outside. Little dump down. That's intended for Westerhoff, and that was a little bit too much juice on that one. And so that will fall to the ground, and that'll be a turnover of downs as the Wildcats give it back to the Huskies right at midfield.
Hey, even though that pass was incomplete, but it was there. When Ethan figures that out right there and figures out who I think he threw to the wrong person. I think Juan was kind of being that lead blocker. Ethan threw it out there to kind of lead him and threw it over Westerhoff's head. You lay that into Westerhoff's hands, and he's got 40 yards to run before a Pawhuska Husky gets to him.
Back to pass. We've got a quarterback change. JoJo Hendren is the intended receiver. So Canyon Hidman has checked in. So it looks like Coach Hennessy is doing a little run with Deacon, a little pass with Canyon, and that one was intended again for the senior JoJo Hendren out of the backfield, a little wheel route. Falls too far, actually a little bit over his outstretched hands. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10, right around the 48-yard line. Wildcats in that 3-4 look. That's one's going to be handoff in the JoJo right side. Gets past, we'll get the holding call, so Ethan Wassow was first in there, but great job by Timmy Jones in the bunch. It looks like also number 44, Caleb Duran, behind the line, and we'll have a block in the back. So let's see if Coach Wood's going to take it. It'll be 3rd and long or 2nd and extra long here in double sticks. What about that push by the Wildcat defensive
that's
front?
I was kind of waiting to see what he said, but yeah, great job getting through. Ethan did a good job hitting him, holding him long enough to have the rest of the Wildcats come in and clean up the tackle. You keep getting a push like that and getting through and just making contact and holding on, that's going to give the rest of the Wildcats a chance to come in and make good, clean tackles.
Amen. All right, so Coach Wood takes the penalty, so it's going to be 2nd double stick, 2nd and 20. Single back set, Hedren next to Hidman now, the junior, back to pass. Looking to go outside. That ball is caught. That's number 12, Lane Kyler, the junior. Coverage was the freshman, Grayson Davis. Good work to Grayson. He was trying to get the ball loose, but I think making the tackle was the most important thing. So big completion there. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. So got about 18 on that last pass there by Hinman.
Yeah, and Hennessy, he's a very smart offensive coach. He's going to look for any kind of advantage and try to take it, and jump all over those.
Little tunnel route coming back inside as number 12, Lane Kyler, gets the pass, breaks the initial tackle from Grayson Davis, gets it across the stick. So the first down of the night with 7:03 here in the first quarter goes to the Pawhuska Huskies in Cashion territory at the 40.
Yeah, that time Grayson just came up. When you come in and you're small, go get a leg, grab a leg, don't let go, try to make a play. And right there, Max Higdon, just lets him get behind him and drops it in just right over the fingertips of Max Higdon for the touchdown.
So Traven Richardson, the 5'9", 155 speedster senior. Deep post. Hinman had ages to throw that ball. No pressure there as he set his feet, throws a dime to his man right over the outstretched hands of Max Higdon. And that'll be a 40-yard touchdown strike for the Pawhuska Huskies as they go up 6-0. They'll do that swinging gate. They're going to go for 2. Deacon will roll right. Knowing they're in coverage, will throw it out there, and it's caught by Richardson. So it'll be Huskies 8, Wildcats 0 here with 6:48 in their first quarter. So if we go back and think about it again, they've been testing and testing. They've been trying to hit those deep posts, and that time it was Max Higdon's guy that was able to get that, the speedster, and that was his first target of the game, and it was a well-caught ball in traffic.
Yeah, and Coach Shackelford's got Max Higdon over to the side, just telling him, probably, hey, great job, you were there. You took a bad angle trying to make the interception. All we need you to do is knock that ball down in that situation.
Yep.
Yes, if you can get an interception, great, but do not let it go over your head. I noticed it, I think in the game, or in the scrimmage, Max came up and kind of took a bad angle. We got lucky. I think that was a incomplete pass. But Max is a very aggressive kid that wants to go and make plays. But at the same time, you got to take really good angles. If you take the angle to make the interception, you got to be sure that you can either knock it down or grab that ball. Because if you don't, just like right there, it goes right over your fingertips, drops right in the hands of a receiver on the run for a touchdown.
Yeah, Chris, I think you bring up a really good point. I think at this point, this time and place with this team, I don't think we're trying to look for any big time plays. I think if you're looking for high pointing the ball, knocking it away, that should be the goal for the guys. And then just good solid tackles, good angles, stay ahead of them, and make sure and wrap up. So 46-yard drive there for the. I apologize. It was a 54-yard drive for the Huskies. About 4 plays, finalized in a 40-yard TD to Richardson. Hendron Deacon with the kick. That one will go to my man Grayson Davis. He'll let that one go out of bounds. So the Wildcats, did he touch it?
Yeah, it hit right off his feet and went out of bounds.
That's a shame. If he lets that one go, that has a chance to be Cashion ball at the 40.
Well, that's a lot of youth right there. Yeah. I mean, going over there, it's almost out of bounds. You try to catch it, it bounces off your hands, and it goes out of bounds. Where if it would have just hit on in the field of play, bounced out of bounds, it would have been, we'd have been up at the 35-yard line.
So we talk about field position. That's a difference of 34 yards as the Wildcats, or 24, I should say, as the Wildcats start at their own 16-yard line. Waswo, shotgun, rolls to his right, looking for that pass to Higdon, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Hendron, as well as number 66, the junior Will Sweden on the tackle for a loss of about 6 yards.
Yeah, and where you had Hinman back there standing all day long, being able to find somebody open, that time for the Wildcats, Ethan Waswell did not have all day long. The Pawhuska Huskies got through that line pretty quick. Ethan tried to get on the edge and just find an open receiver, and by the time he could even get his head looking down the field, turn those shoulders, he was getting hit and brought down by the Pawhuska Huskies.
6 minutes on the clock here. First quarter action. Wildcats down 8-0. Waswo hand off to Westerhoff. He's got a couple blockers. Cuts back inside. He's got no lane there. As number 12, Lane Kyler is the first to meet him. That'll be a gain of about a half a yard. That'll bring up third down and super long for this young Wildcats team.
Yeah, Westerhoff has got some – he didn't get to play last week. He was hurt. Yep. But, man, he has got some shiftiness about him. He's got some speed. If he can get some blocking up front and just a little bit of lanes, he can make some big runs there. The offensive line of Cashion, you have Tommy Branson up there. You have Seeley. Those are going to be your leaders up there. I want to see them kind of lean on Tommy, run behind him a little bit more on that left side.
All right, empty backfield. Waswo back to pass, 3rd and long. He's going to go out. He's got Higdon on the go route. Little inside-outside confusion there. That was Higdon, the intended receiver. That falls out of bounds, incomplete. That was Lane Kyler. We've talked about his name quite a bit in coverage on Higdon, and that will bring up 4th down and 17 from the 9, and that'll be punt time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that time just Ethan tried to lay it out there and let Max go up and get it, and like you said, Kyler was right there running step for step with Max, and Max didn't really have a chance to go up and get that ball.
Big punt, straight up. Deacon in coverage, who calls fair pass. Did that touch a Pawhuska Husky?
I don't think so. I think it just hit and bounced straight to the side. There was a good chance it could have hit one of them. He didn't really know where the ball was, but of course, didn't bounce our way tonight yet, and Pawhuska's going to have good field position. Again, we talked about it, field position, and it's going to be big time. If we could have started out on that, our 35, how different would that have been? Would the playbook have been any different for Coach Shackelford? And you were backed up so far that even a good punt, they're starting, deep into the Cashion territory.
Punt was down by freshman Slade Williams. It'll be 1st and 10. 3rd possession of the day here for the Huskies. This one's starting their best in the 37 of Cashion. Back to pass is Deacon. He's going to go deep left side. He's got a guy wide open, and it's Traven Richardson. He's got 2 catches. He's He's got 2 touchdowns. Wildcat defense getting burned deep again. And it's quickly now exploded out to 14-0.
And that's where I was talking about, you got kids kind of misdirection, kids coming out of the backfield, a lot of receivers. You've got to be disciplined on who you're covering, what area you're covering, because if you're not ready and your hips aren't already moved the right direction, even if you see them coming and they're running full speed and you got to turn to make an adjustment, they're going to run right by you, and it's going to be tough trying to get out there and stop the big long touchdown play like that.
Swinging gate, misdirection goes to Kyler. That's good for 2. And it's 16-0 here with 4:50 left in the first quarter. Hey, Chris, let's take a timeout for the Wildcats, pay a little bills. We'll be right back. CWTV.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the Cashion community. They are also proud parents of past and present Cashion students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Walk it up. Get you some.
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small-town charm with the modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats.
All right, welcome back. Cashion, Oklahoma, the Wildcats taking on the Huskies. One play, 37-yard drive, 37-yard touchdown pass to Richardson from Deacon Hendren. Back in kickoff receiving will be Grayson Davis. He'll have to get that one. Cuts back out, beats one. Pawhuska Husky defender, but it's taken down and looks like it'll be the Wildcats. So an absolutely perfect kick.
Yeah, you can't fault Grayson there for that one. He was just going to let it roll to the end zone, because if it touches that line, you automatically get it out, at the 20-yard line. And it died right there on the 1-yard line. So give credit to the Pawhuska Husky kicker there to perfectly place that. If you can do that consistently, you'd be deadly. That'd be a great tool to have. But Grayson that time just picked it up and got as much as he could out of it.
All right, Wildcats will start on their own 12. Ethan Waspo in motion as Westerhoff. The jet sweep, fumble. He'll pick it back up. He'll roll back to his left. He's going to take Wilson with him. Big kid's going to take a lot of guys to take him down, and he'll lose, looks like a couple on that, on the exchange. So tough deal, as looked like Waspo maybe had his eyes up on that jet sweep.
Yeah, those jet sweeps, we've had some issues with those in the scrimmage and in the first game. I think it was the first game of the scrimmage and first game.
Yep, that's right.
Play of the game last week. We weren't able to complete the jet sweep, and that's always been a big play for us, Cashion Wildcats. But it's young, inexperienced kids that haven't really run that as much. And once they get it down, they'll keep practicing. They'll get it down, and it'll be a play that Coach Shackelford can lean on.
Screenplay to Westerhoff, immediately broken up. They sniffed that one out as number 44, senior JoJo Hendren hits Westerhoff as he was trying. So good spot, good idea. Give credit to the Pawhuska defense on that stop. That'll bring up 3rd down and 12 here. 3:59 on the clock here, first quarter. Lofholzer will check in. Looks like Grayson Davis will check out. Looks like Timmy Jones will split back out. Wildcats will go 3 wide. Higdon by himself on the boundary. He's got Traven Richardson matched up with him. He has 2 touchdowns already. Empty backfield. Wildcats with a 6-man line here with Caleb Duran locked up in to help it out a little bit. Waswo will take the snap, blitz. He'll go ahead and keep. Good call on that. And he's able to get right back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that time Shaq just tried to kind of spread them out and then just have Ethan just do a quarterback draw right up the middle. And the Pawhuska Huskies just have the athleticism up front to really collapse any lanes that Ethan had, and just really wasn't anything for Ethan to do. I mean, I think he wound up getting about 3 yards, but wasn't near enough for to give us a shot to go for it on 4th down.
All right, with 3:26, Wildcats punting on their 3rd possession. That one's going to go out. Nice little spiral. It's going to drop down. Deacon Hendren will let it roll. And that one will go out to the Cashion 47, where the Pawhuska Huskies will take over on their fourth possession. Here's their fourth possession, Chris. They started at their own 49, their own 46, the Cashion 37, and now the Cashion 47. So it's been a tough sledding here for the Wildcats. On the flip side, we did get on their own 44, but have started on our own 16 and 12. And you talked about it. Time of possession and starting field position are so important in terms of play calling and all those things.
Well, just to get your any kind of momentum or any kind of good thing rolling, you got to be able to stop the ball, get the ball on your side of the field, and that's all that Pawhuska has done so far this first game.
Hinman, no pressure, is going to go deep, wide open, over the outstretched hands of Deacon Hendren. A little too much mustard on that one, as Hendren could have walked in. And that one will fall incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
We are going to have to get some pressure on that quarterback. With as many wide receivers as they have spread out across the field, if he has time to sit back there and find somebody open, he's going to find somebody open at some point. You've got to have him on the run, moving, and not really give him a chance to sit back there and pick apart a young defense that it has, I think freshmen and sophomores spread across the whole defensive backfield.
All right, so quarterback keeper there on that zone read play. Hindman is able to keep it for about 2 yards. Tackled by Timmy Jones. Cleaned up there with my man number 44, Caleb Duran. We're going to be calling their names quite a bit this season. 3rd and long from the 45, little jet sweep reverse. Coming back into Hendren Deacon. He's tackled up, met initially by Timmy Jones and pushed back. So nice work there, and a little shout out to number 12, Aiden Rorden, the sophomore. We checked his name a few times last week.
Hey, right there. Timmy Jones, sophomore, Rorden, and then Rocker Johnson coming up. And who's that? 12, yeah, Rorden.
Yep.
Yeah, coming up and just finishing the play right there and bringing him down. Great job by him.
All right, 2 minutes here. 4th and 5, a chance to get the ball back. Wildcats looking to bow up here after giving up a couple touchdowns. Hinman back to pass. He's going to go back to his left side. He's got it in the flat. Is he in bounds? Looks like he will get the catch as the lineman, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. Coverage was there. Just a good pass there, good placement. I wouldn't say good pass, but good placement there by the junior quarterback.
Coverage was there, just a good route, good throw by the quarterback. Like you said, it wasn't the best throw, but it was in the right spot.
Yep.
And the receiver did a good job of coming back, making the play. He knew where the chains were, and picked up the 1st down.
That was Lane Kyler on the reception. Brings up 1st down and 10 from the 34. 2 minutes. A handoff into JoJo Hendren. He'll cut back. He's trying to find some room. Initially, Travis Loveholtz there meets him. And then guess who? Timmy Jones and my man Caleb Duran with the cleanup. It'll be a gain of about 2 or 3. Good work there by the D-line and Loveholtz on that initial push.
Yeah, good job by those front line. I can't say enough about our run-stop game right now. I mean, it's kind of what's keeping us in this ball game. But now, be ready for anything deep. You got to be smart, guys. Those plays right there, that's discipline. That's the discipline I was talking about. I know you're fired up. They call you a blitz. We're going to actually try to bring some pressure on the quarterback there. But you got to watch that ball. Don't let them catch you, because that gives them a 2nd and about 2. And that can really open up the playbook for Hennessy. His playbook is already open. But don't give them anything.
All right, so 1:30, 2nd and short. Pressure's coming up. Screenplay into Hendren. Rorden right there, the initial tackle. He's going to wrap him up, but it will be close. Let's see, it will be enough for the 1st down. I think it'll be just short, so great job by Rorden. Sniffing out JoJo Hendren, giving up at about 80 pounds, is able to get that tackle and kind of wait for some help.
But he does a great job of coming up and just wrapping up. Be a nuisance, and that's what he's doing. He's going 150 miles an hour out there, and it pays off. Even though he's not near as big as the kids he's tackling, he is making them know that he is there. He slows them down, and then he's got his Wildcats coming to gang tackle.
All right, so actually it is enough for a 1st down, 1st and 10. Hendren's got a wide open Traven Richardson across the middle. And if you've got linebackers coming up trying to guard Traven Richardson, that tells me there was a bust in the defense, a complete miss. And so that'll be another touchdown. That one will go 24 yards to Richardson, his 3rd of the night.
Yeah, you have a bunch of kids that have been in a system, an offensive system for 3 or 4 years that are juniors and seniors, and they know it inside and out. Hennessy is very, very good at misdirection, having kids routes that are kids. Each route is a route tree, right? So each route has its purpose, and it's some. He wants you to look at two route runners over here and think the ball's going over here, and then he sneaks somebody in behind you, and that's exactly what he's done on almost every one of these deep pass plays. And our young Wildcat defensive backs can't figure it out. That's the discipline I was talking about. You got to figure out. If you're man-to-man, you stay with them. If you are playing zone, you know where your zone is. Don't look in the backfield. Don't get tricked by two receivers running to the other side that you think that the ball is going to, because if you're not careful, they're going to sneak somebody right by you, and that's what's happened 3 times in this first quarter.
All right, so a 7-play drive goes all of 47 yards. That one was another Richardson touchdown. He's had his touchdowns of 40, 37, and 24. And with the 2-point conversion, it's 24-0 here in the first quarter, 53 seconds left. Is this a situation, the kicker's been aiming for the freshman in Grayson Davis. Do you switch things up a little bit here? Do you let kind of Grayson continue to kind of learn and try to trial by fire for himself in this kickoff situation?
I wouldn't change anything, because if the kicker's that good to put it on the 1-yard line, he can go, all right, the freshman's on the other side, let's kick it that way. And they may be telling him to do that, or that, how Shaq likes to kick to his side all the time anyway. Yep. That may just be where they kick. But like you said, maybe switch it around, get an upperclassman over there with the football in his hands.
High banger. That one's going to go to Davis. He catches that one right around the 20. Going to cut up. Good move. Busts through. Gets a few yards. Nice work there by the freshman.
I do like how he caught that and just put his head down and got as many yards as he could. And that time, the first time he tried to catch that on the run like that, bounced off his shoulder pads, went out of bounds. That time, did a good job of catching, securing the ball, and then running hard, finishing the run.
All right, Wildcats will start on their own 28 this time. At least it's outside the 20. So 1st and 10, 24 seconds here in the first quarter. Wildcats find themselves down 24-0. Coach Wood continuing to coach over there with Rorden and the bunch and Hank Brown. Or actually, I apologize, Austin Compton. Wildcats are going to go with, looks like Caleb Duran in the backfield, I think. I think that's Caleb Duran right next to Ethan Waswell. Yeah, Duran's there to a little screenplay, and that's going to be intercepted. That one was sniffed out. Give credit to Hendren, the senior.
Yeah, you got to, as a quarterback, when you have those plays like that, you kind of have to wait, let it set up. And, man, Hendren did have that one sniffed out from the get-go. That time, I don't know what the best thing to do is, let maybe him jump that and throw it over the top, or just pull it down and go get the yardage you can get.
I think you got to give Hendren credit. He saw that. We've seen it a couple times already. I think he baited Waswell into that. Pulling guards were coming out. The pulling linemen were coming out. They didn't see anyone there to hit where he probably would have been in normal pursuit. But give him credit on the turnover. Back to pass is Hidman. He finds number 15. That's Mason Snodgrass, the senior. And if we've said senior a lot here with Pawhuska, you haven't.
But that was Rival Fields, a freshman coming up and making a great tackle, open field tackle, sure tackle, and limited him to no yards.
Love it. All right, so that'll be the end of the first quarter with that last tackle. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 10.5. Wildcats down 24-0. We'll go to commercial. Be right back right after this.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcat TV production of Cashion Wildcat Football 2023. Live from Maxon Field in Cashion, Oklahoma, as your Class A Cashion Wildcats taking on the 2A powerhouse Pawhuska Huskies, and it's been all Huskies thus far, up 24-0 in the first quarter. Wildcats with the turnover there, their first turnover of the day. gives the ball right back to the Huskies right around the 25-yard line. First down play was sniffed out by rival Fields, brings up second down and about 11. That is Canyon Hinman, the junior quarterback in shotgun, and it looks like we will have a flag, false start. It's been a relatively clean game from a flag perspective. I think the Wildcats only have one flag, I believe, and this may be the first flag on the Huskies.
Yeah, so let's look at this here at the defensive backfield. Like the defensive backs, you have Kellen Smith, freshman. You have Hank Brown, freshman. You have sophomore in Royden.
Yep.
You have sophomore in Wasbo. So you have a ton. There it is.
Oh, there you go. That's what we talked about. So coming over, not trying to make the spectacular play, but just the play that's needed.
Yep.
Great work there by Higdon in the safety spot. You know, we'll see Hickman rolled back into that linebacker spot in some situations, but big, tall, athletic kid. Great play there by the junior.
Yep. And if Hinman would have just looked at 4 again, he was running wide open. I think it was this same kind of play going to the end zone. And let's see if they don't try to run that again.
Hinman back to pass, back to his right, plenty of time. Good coverage by the Wildcats. Jumps down to Hendren. He's met by Duran and Jones.
Oh,
Ball's loose.
Cheap shot.
It looks like, we're talking about cheap shot number 57.
57 comes in.
That was Jaden Shaw, the junior, coming over on a it was a very close to late hit kind of block, but nonetheless, great job there by the linebackers, the 2 juniors. We told you we'd call them their names, Duran and Timmy Jones. Big shout out to Nana up in Michigan. 4th and long here for the Wildcats after giving up the turnover, trying to get the ball back. Pistol formation for Hinman. He's going to go ahead and keep it. Roll back. He's going to look for his man across the middle. Richardson wide open, and he'll catch that as he beats number 6, Austin Compton.
Compton, you cannot let that guy cross your face and run deep like that. That's man-to-man coverage right there. You're locking him down. If he goes to the restroom, you follow him right there. He let him just run right by. Hinman's a good enough quarterback to turn his eyes over there, and there's no pressure on him. He's going to find him every time and lay it out there for a touchdown.
All right, so a 25-yard drive ends up with a 27-yard touchdown pass to Richardson. Rolling right, going for 2. Deacon will look. He's got a man out there, and it's Richardson with the catch. And with the additional 8 points here with 11:33, it's 32-0. Huskies.
Yeah. And the Cashion defense did a good job that time of keeping them, got them to that 4th down. And then you just lose a receiver, and they're going to find it. You can't lose those receivers. You can't let them run free down the field. And when you do, they're good enough, and we don't have enough pass rush to put pressure on that quarterback. He's going to find them. So defensive backs, I know I keep saying they're young, but at some point you just got to say, guys, figure it out. Stay on them. The guy's not that fast. We've got speed to stay with him. He's just – when we're standing still, he's faster than us. So we got to turn our hips, get down the field, cover him. Like I said, if you're playing man-to-man, you're going with him wherever he goes. Get your eyes out of the backfield. You're staying with him. If the ball comes, you knock it down.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, this is Traven Richardson, a senior. He's had at least 3 years of experience, if not 4 years, in this Hennessy offense. Austin Compton, second game. So from that standpoint, even as a sophomore, second game starting, does make you want to grow up fast.
And they're having to. I mean, that's the thing is this freshman and sophomore class, there's a lot of great athletes in this thing. But the inexperience is what's getting them right now.
Hendren will try to find the other side. So they're definitely aiming for Davis. Davis wisely lets that one go. The rest of that second line of the Cashion return team lets it go. That'll be a Cashion ball with the mark off. It should go to at least the 35, if not the 40-yard line with the penalty. Big shout-out to our offensive line against Sealy. We've got Juan Melendez, number 54, the sophomore. We've got Tommy Branson, obviously captain, Matthew Stockton, the junior, as well as who else are we missing out there on the line? I know we're missing somebody. I apologize. Is that number 67, Jacob Reese, the freshman?
I think so. I think he's the. Yep. I think Reese came in, stepped in for Mr. Lloyd whenever he went down last week.
Waspo got twins, shotgun, back to pass, a little short pass. That one is knocked down. That should be blown whistle dead. It is. It's number 55. Give credit to Elverlyn White, the 6'3", 285 senior, breaking free. I like the idea, a little small out, little dump. Here's a situation where maybe a screen, or not a screen to the running back, but maybe a tunnel might work here, allowing. And I get what Shaq's trying to do. He's trying to get them and their pressure trying to come up to kind of create some open lanes for an easy short pass. But that one goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. Clock here at 11:29, second quarter. Empty backfield. In motion is Westerhoff. Actually fields. Waspo will keep it. He'll get knocked down behind the line of scrimmage by number 9. We talked about him earlier in the pregame. Noah Wilson, the linebacker, 6'4", 240 senior, takes down the sophomore, and it'll be a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Coach Shackelford's just trying to find something that's going to work. We've tried a bunch of little screens. You saw it last time. Hendren had seen it a few times, jumped it, got an interception. Like you said, I want to see some of those maybe wide receiver screens, something coming in because they are just putting their ears back, going towards Ethan. Now, let's make them pay for that. Let's find something that's going to work to counter that.
Wildcats 3rd and long. Waspo back to pass, trying to get some protection. Lofts went out. We'll get a pass interference. We will. So good job there by Drew Westerhoff. You know what I loved what the sophomore did is he came back to the ball, created the contact, and was able to get the penalty. Second penalty on the Pawhuska Huskies. That should be a 1st down for the Wildcats, and we'll take it.
Yeah, that time Ethan just kind of floated it out there, let him go get the ball. Well, it wasn't really going to be able – I don't know if he'd have been able to catch it or not, but he turned and gave every bit of effort to go towards the ball, and when the Pawhuska Husky ran him over, the flag came out.
To call it.
So that was more of just an effort play by Mr. Westerhoff right there to draw that penalty.
All right, so Wildcats get their first down of the game via penalty right at midfield, their best field possession sure.
We made it past we made it past the 50-yard marker in that very first drive. But
we didn't get a first down. No, we didn't get a first down, no. All right, Westerhoff joins Waspo to the left. Back to pass, Waspo looking to his left. He's got a curl, Max Higdon across the middle, and in and out of his hands. And that was a fantastic play for the Wildcats as Higdon comes across on that delayed post.
Yeah, and that time the offensive line did a great job of just holding those front line at bay. Gave Ethan plenty of time to sit back there, feel comfortable in the pocket, and he stepped into that throw. Max Higdon just didn't bring it in, and I saw Max kind of put his head down. Keep your head up, son. It happens. Next time, watch it all the way in. Watch it come into that triangle, tuck and run.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Waspo back to pass again, looking to his left. Same play, coming back across the middle. Higdon catches that, curls back out. He's going to try to break a tackle, gets all the way down to the 35, and gets that 1st down.
Good job by Max right there. Like I said, short memory. Watch it in the next time, tuck it, and run. Exactly what he did right there. I do want him to see him tuck that and really protect the football as he's going down. But good job all the way around there by the front line. Ethan stepping into a throw and getting another 1st down for the Cashion Wildcats.
Wildcats attacking that wide side of the field with Max Higdon, the junior, and giving Waspo a little bit of space, and credit the line. They gave him some time to kind of step into that, as you said, Chris. All right, so trips down here on the field side. It's a keeper by Waspo, and he runs into a crowd. I think Waspo needs to be a little bit more patient on that and allow him to read what the Pawhuska Husky line does. I think if he would have waited a half a second, he probably could have popped that one out for a few more yards.
Yeah, and that's something he'll learn, as when you're playing the game and it's a different speed. You have a hole that the play is planned for. But if you got kids that are bringing pressure or they're stunting, you may have to, if you can be a little bit more patient, you can find another lane and take it. They may give you something.
Back to pass. Blitz is on. Screen outside to Westerhoff. He catches. Got a great block by Jones. Little stutter step. Falls forward across the 30-yard line. So great work there. A little pitch and cast to Westerhoff. Love seeing him back. And great job by Timmy Jones on that block out there.
Timmy Jones looked like little Nick Nabavi out there blocking down the field. Great job by Westerhoff. I love how he was using Timmy Jones' blocks and cutting off of those to get those extra few yards.
So that'll bring up, looks like, do we have a penalty? We do. So we
Didn't
had
see what the penalty
Yeah,
was.
we had a penalty. Did you see what happened, Jackson? No, it looked like we had a penalty, maybe a little extracurricular activity at the end of the play. So that'll be a big mark-off, and that'll bring this particular penalty. Will extend it, make another first down. Wildcats will take over at the 14. Best possession of the game thus far, or series for the Wildcats. Empty backfield, Waswo staring at 1st and 10 from the 14. 9:03 on the clock. Trips up top, Higdon by himself down here. Matched up against number 4, Traven Richardson. Waswell will take the snap. He's looking for Higdon. Will work back right. He's got the come back to Jones. A little too high. I don't know if Jones cut his route off or what happened, but I really wanted Waswell to continue that route.
Yep.
Continue that inside route.
Yeah, lead him in there, and he had a little bit of a lane where he could have made a play. Made a guy miss, might have got in the end zone. Also had a guy kind of going towards that corner. You let Ethan float that out there to that corner of the end zone. He might have had a chance for a touchdown there too.
Yeah, Waswell's flashing his arm strength. He's got a good arm. He's going across hash, right? And those aren't easy passes. Good timing. So, those things, again, will continue to have to get worked out, and they will. It brings up 2nd down and 10 here. 8 seconds on the play clock. 8:49 on the game clock. Stops with the incomplete pass. 3-2. Screen outside. This is going to be dangerous. Forward pass, fortunately, as number 8, the senior Hendren, sniffs that one out as Westerhoff, the intended receiver. That one took way too long to develop.
Yeah, just kind of had that. They read it really well, the defense there. They were out there. They already kind of had a stunt coming in, so when Ethan had to kind of turn and make a slower throw out there, it gave the defense a chance to jump that, and we're lucky he didn't get it intercepted.
Pressure from the outside. Waspo doesn't see it. Gets hit. Passes short. Give credit to number 15 coming in unabated, Mason Snodgrass, another senior for Hennessy, 5'11", 175 linebacker. Waspo was actually, I thought it might have been worse than it was, but big kid able to take it. Unfortunately, it falls to the ground, and that'll bring up 4th down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Good clock timing in Ethan's head. We talked about it last year a few times. The quarterback's got to have that clock in his head. He definitely had it in his head that time, because if it would have been about a half a second later, it could have been a bad, the ball would have been going back, maybe had a fumble, but Ethan was able to get it out of his hands. Didn't make a completion, but it could have been worse.
Yep. All right, we'll have a timeout. Coach Hennessy will take one, so we'll take one as well. So Wildcats looking to score here in the second quarter. Hang tight. Be right back right after this.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and...
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcat TV. Friday Night Lights live from Cashion, Oklahoma. Maxon Field as the Wildcats take on the visiting 2A Pawhuska Huskies. Neiman and Bobby, Chris Gibson, along with our producer Jackson Drake, bringing you tonight's action. Wildcats down 32-0, but driving here in the second quarter. We got 8:45 as the Wildcats have 4th down in the red zone. Westerhoff will clear out, empties backfield for Waswo. Back to pass, looking to his left, back to his right, trying to find some freedoms. Got the ball up and just tipped. Intended receiver was Max Higdon. Give credit to number 3, Wyatt Cosby, the junior, with the tip. And, oh, man, that looked good.
Max was running. It was perfect. Everything was lining up just like Shaq had drawn it up. And give credit to number 3 of the Pawhuska Huskies, just getting a fingertip on it, just enough to change the direction of that ball, and Max wasn't able to bring it in. So a good drive, though, by the young Wildcats to kind of get all the way down there to the 10-yard line and then stall it, but, unfortunately stall out. But there's a glimmer right there. Let's build on that the next time.
Yeah, and now you're going to have to make them actually hit Traven Richardson on an 80-yard pass here, right?
So, but that's the thing. Our defense, those young kids, do not let them go past you. Don't let them cross your face. Play good, disciplined defense.
Hidman coming in. Great break up there. Kellen Smith, the freshman. Great break, playing with confidence, and put a little hurt there on number 12. And that was the intended receiver, Lane Kyler. So great job there by my man Kellen Smith bringing the heat.
Yeah, Kyler's been one of their bigger targets of the night. Kellen Smith did a great job of making a break on the football, went towards the football, and had the breakup along with a big hit on Kyler, the older junior player for the Pawhuska Huskies. Good job by Kellen, freshman out there making plays on defense.
5 wide, tunnel screen to Richardson, inside with the initial hit, breaks it outside. He's eventually brought down. Nice work there. So good job there by number 12. We've called his name Aiden Rorden. He had that initial stop. Didn't wrap up, but Timmy Jones among Kellen Smith over there to make the tackle. We'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, Aiden just come up and put a big hit on Trayvon, but Trayvon's good enough, got a good enough balance on his feet, was able to bounce off and go ahead and get back up to the line of scrimmage. But you want to see Rorden come up, make that hit, and grab on a leg, grab on something, slow him down because he had his teammates there to clean up the tackle if he could have just held on a little bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. We did have an injured player cramping there, look like. I'm not sure if this will be a timeout. We'll keep it here. We've got 8:16. Again, we appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV, powered by Squirtle. Love our guys, Adam Dieselhorst and Corey Rogers. There's going to be Squirtle, University of Squirtle or Squirtle High School, right?
Yeah,
coming up here. So, again, 80 schools. Squirtle School, that's what it was. I got to remember what it was. But nonetheless, we appreciate our partners doing a great job. Mark Rogers and the 98.1, the Animal have partnered up as well. So, again, it's growing to be the leader in streaming services of high school athletics here in the state of Oklahoma. And we definitely are proud to be a part of that here in Cashion, Oklahoma. Again, close to 750,000 views over the last 4 years. We're entering year 5. And certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a fun run thus far, right? We've seen a lot of good events for Wildcats, a lot of success, some heartbreak.
I don't know how many state championship games we've got to do, but probably a lot more than any school that is
in their lifetime.
Yeah, that they've ever had. So yeah, we've had a great run. Yeah, this year it's going to be a little bit of a rebuilding year with a lot of young kids out there on the football field, but there's a lot of good things yet to come for the Cashion Wildcats.
A little slip screen out there. Hendren wide open will come up. And he'll get enough for the first down near midfield. Max Higdon on the tackle. Well-designed play as the Wildcat sucked up, and that's how you run a draw.
Yeah, that was a lot of misdirection. I think they did a handoff and then kind of a bootleg and was able to sneak him out. When you don't have pressure and somebody just disrupting up front and you have time to do those, they can be big, massive plays, and that's kind of what happened right there. You have those 3 up front with Tommy and Stockton and Melendez, they've got to start really being destructive, causing some disruption up front to really throw off the Pawhuska Huskies.
Well, an incomplete pass. So good work there by the Wildcats as we had a matchup of freshman Grayson Davis with senior that was senior number 8, Deacon Hendren, running in motion, came back out, picked up JoJo Hendren. And that one falls incomplete, so good work there by the Wildcats. Good job there by Grayson Davis, the freshman.
And those 3 up front, they are causing some trouble, but maybe bring some people off the edge to give a little bit more pressure on that quarterback.
Ball's up. Intended receiver was number 1, Peyton Hunt, and the freshman, Grayson Davis, we've called his name, and he gets the breakup that we needed, and it brings up 3rd down and long.
Caleb Durant kind of put a hand up there. I don't know if he tipped it or not, but I think that helped a little bit, just throwing that receiver off, and then, Grayson comes in and finishes off the breakup.
This is not a slide on Hinman. It looks like he's really, really trying to work, almost like he can't even palm the ball, trying to really force that ball, but he's hit his guys. They've been in all good spots, and give credit to Cashion defense these last few to break it up. Back to pass is Hinman. He's looking for his man deep. Nice work there as number 7, the intended receiver, Logan Cass, stopped his route. Max Higdon in coverage, and that'll bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, get ready for some misdirection somewhere. That's going to be, Hennessy's kind of calling card this game is when he gets down behind the sticks, you're going to see a lot of different routes. You're going to try to see a receiver sneak in behind, go down the wheel route. The defensive backs for Cashion, be ready. If it's a zone, you've got your area. Know what you've got. Don't put your head in the backfield and get tricked on any misdirection.
All right, so fourth down, Deacon Hendren, who does the punting duties, is out. It looks like it may be a punt. It's going to be a keep. Little Traven Richardson shovel pass, and he'll get snuffed out for no gain, so the Wildcats not fooled, and we'll have a flag coming in. That better not be a face mask.
Well, it was just a good, solid tackle from what I could tell, but I didn't have a real good angle on the tackle, and he is kind of pointing towards the Cashion Wildcats, and Caleb Duran is holding his hands up by his ears like, can't believe this is what it's
say face mask. And there's only one kind of face mask here in high school football. There's no
5 yard.
Incidental 5 yard. It's going to be a personal foul, and that's unfortunate. Again, we talked about this. You get a stop on fourth down, and you give it right back. This happened last week with Rejoice, and this is what happens to younger teams. That looks like it's a 17-yard mark off. I guess it's from the spot. So with that, it'll be first down and 10 for the Huskies as they get lucky on that particular situation as the back judge from 400 yards away, while the Wildcats are down 32-0, makes a fantastic
the line
call.
judge that was right in front of the play didn't pull his flag out, but maybe he didn't have as good an angle.
Yeah, I guess. First and 10 for the Huskies. They've been kind of moving in some subs in here and there. They go with their starters backing in on fourth down and leaving
Got
here.
Hendren back at quarterback.
In motion coming across. Pawhuska will hand off to JoJo Hendren. He's stopped behind. Great pressure there. Timmy Jones, guess who? That time Ethan Waswo off the edge. Wildcats get another TFL. Defense is bowing up. Love seeing it.
Yeah, like I said, our run defense has been pretty solid all night long. It's just when you have enough time, the quarterback has enough time to sit in the backfield and be able to find open receivers, that's what's giving the Cashion Wildcats trouble. And all that is young, inexperienced defensive backs letting kids run loose in the secondary, and they'll figure that out. And once they do, it's going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely. So another tackle for loss, second and long in Cashion territory. Deacon Hendren back to pass. He's looking for JoJo. Nice over the shoulder catch, and that'll be a touchdown. That'll be a 44-yarder. And that's unfortunate as the Wildcats were able to hold the Pawhuskas to 2 fourth downs. They were able to stop them, but a face mask call negates the stop.
Yeah, went from Cashion football on the 50 to a touchdown because of face mask that cost the Wildcats big time there.
All right, so give credit to a nice little pitch and catch from Hendren to Hendren. JoJo Hendren, great catch there over the shoulder. Deacon will keep it right side for the 2-point try, and that'll go in. And that will count as the Pawhuska Huskies extend their lead 40-0 here against the Wildcats with 6:22 left here in the second quarter.
Well, Cashion Wildcats, these young kids, I mean, you want to see them continue to keep their head up, continue to just get out there, give max effort, and try to learn and get better and make steps forward. And, you have a big deficit, but use all of this time that you are out here on the field to get better, get experience, and just know that you're investing right now. You're investing in getting better. You're investing in the next 4 years of Cashion Wildcat football. And, it's a tough pill to swallow, and it's tough to watch as a fan that we're used to seeing things just go the Cashion Wildcat way. But I'm just telling you, if you're a fan watching this and you're throwing your hands in the air, just know there is a plan, there's a course that is going to be really good for the Cashion Wildcats because you have freshmen and sophomores 7 deep out there at times, 8 deep sometimes, and with that experience that they're getting right now, getting the brakes beat off of them pretty much is going to fuel a fire to make them better.
Hold up. I think most of these are busts. Like I'm not like that last play. You have freshman Carlos Martinez matched up on number 44, JoJo Hernandez, senior, 6 foot 215. In situations. Oh, got a little catch there. Nice work grabbing that. I couldn't see who that was. Was that Travis?
Travis, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Love Hall. So nice work there. But that's Martinez. He's matched up a freshman, his second game ever, matched up against JoJo Hendren, senior. Those are things where I think there's just recognition, right?
Yeah.
The Traven Richardson wide open. Those are busts. That's not effort plays, right? So it's a situation where I think to your point, Chris, there's going to come a point where they are going to learn. We've already seen it. They've had some good stops already.
Experience. The more experience they have out there, the better they're going to get.
All right, Wildcats with their 6th possession of the first half, starting from their own 31. Back to pass is Waswo. He's going to flip it out. That one's over Timmy Jones. We do have a flag. It might be a legal man downfield. We'll see what happens here. Maybe it's a hold. Maybe it's a hold. I don't know.
If it's a legal man downfield, don't you have to get more than 3 yards? Or
well, these officials are pretty good, man.
Yeah.
They probably have their.
It's a hold. Yeah.
So it looked like we've gone back to the screen play to that right side. This time it was Timmy Jones, the intended receiver.
Put him back there in the pocket and just let him look for those kids down the field. I mean, that's what we kind of moved the football down the field pretty methodically in that last drive until we got down there close, kind of the field tightened up a little bit. But let's let him throw the ball down the field to Max Higdon. Let's run some different route combinations to see who's going to be open. But a lot of times, young quarterback coaches say, hey, this is who we're going to throw to. You find this guy, throw it to him, deliver it. But as Ethan gets older and progresses in this offense, he's going to be able to find some route combinations that work and be able to find different go through your progressions and find that open receiver.
Waswo looking back. He's looking to go deep. He's coming across the middle of Higdon. He catches, and that'll be a big catch there on 1st down and long, and it'll be second and about 3 after looks like about a 12-yard pitch and catch. So they come back to it. They find Higdon, and he's beating his man. He's beating his man every time that he's run that route.
That time they just used Grayson Davis in that route combination on this near side of just run deep, Grayson, clear the path, and then Max Higdon has run really great routes and gotten number 4, what's his name?
Traven Richardson.
I should know his name. Yeah. Call him all the time. Got him turned around 3 or 4 times in this ball game.
All right, so second and very manageable, 5:33, and we'll have a timeout as Coach Shack starts screaming about. And you know what? If you're a quarterback for Coach Shack, I tell you what, it's a tough place to be. So with that, we'll take a quick timeout. Be right back. Cashion Wildcats TV.
Placement, large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcats TV. Nima Nabavi, Chris Gibson bringing you tonight's action. Wildcats taking on the Huskies. Wildcats with the ball. 5:32 left here in the second quarter at the 39, 2nd and 2 after the big catch after the penalty by Max Higdon. Nice work there. The Wildcats go empty set here, 3 up top. Tight end here for the Wildcats. Waswo to his right coming back. Does he get the catch? And we'll have incomplete. The intended receiver looked like was Timmy Jones. A little low. He had a chance to kind of basket that, but certainly just misses. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. I'm sure Shaq will be going for this here. If it stays 3rd and 4th and short, this is definitely 4-down territory as Wildcats find themselves down 40-0. So with 5:26 out of the timeout, incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 2. Looks like we'll have Kellen Smith and Grayson Davis check in for the Wildcats. So 2 freshmen will fill spots up in the top of your screen. Caleb Duran in that fullback position. Westerhoff and Max Higdon down here closest to us left. Coming back into Westerhoff, makes the catch. 1st down. Great job by Westerhoff.
Yeah, great route by Westerhoff. He really powered off the line, turned the defensive back, shoulders, broke that off, and then Ethan did a great job of seeing that route open up, step into the throw, and delivered a great pass right there on the sideline to pick up the 1st down for the Cashion Wildcats.
So great work there. Wildcats moving the ball, 5:16, pick up another 1st down. Durant to the left here in that sniffer spot up top. We got 2x2, Smith and Davis. Higdon and Westerhoff down here closest to us. Waswo pressure up. Nice pickup by the offensive line. Looking to go deep. He's got a man. Higdon with the up-top ball. Jump ball is his. Nice job by the junior. Sealed off the defender. Traven Richardson comes up with a big pass. Traven Richardson trying to ask for the cramp. I'm saying, son, you just got bossed. Yeah. And that'll be first down, Cashion Wildcats.
Yeah, and that time the height of Ethan Waswell paid off right there because he had that line kind of coming at him, but he stood up tall in that pocket, stayed patient, saw Max Higdon breaking free right there, laid it out there. A great pass to Max where he could go up and really fight for the ball. Max went up, got it over Traven Richardson, the big offensive star so far for the Pawhuska Huskies. And a great catch by Max Higdon to bring that down.
That's the matchup you want. They have Traven Richardson listed at 5'9". I'm guessing he's probably closer to 5'7". You got Higdon at 6'3". It's a good matchup for him. Traven Richardson, a great athlete, but we'll take that all day. And big credit to Caleb Duran and that line picking up that blitz there, giving Ethan Waswell enough opportunity to step into that pass and make a great throw. We're seeing Ethan throw some good balls here. Yep. And so let's see the Wildcats back inside the red zone again, second time today, and at the 19-yard line. 4:57, looking for that first score of the season. They've been close. Let's see if they can get it here against the Huskies here in the second quarter. 2x2, Duran in that sniffer position there on the left side. Waswell in shotgun. We've got Westerhoff and Higdon down below. Back to pass, and we're going to have a flag. Our buddy's been pretty popular over there.
Well, and we saw a lot of this this kind of penalty the first game against Rejoice. You had some receivers jumping off, and that bit us right there. You get big momentum, get a big pass play
after a timeout.
Then you get and then you get 5-yard penalties. You kind of shoot yourself in the foot. But here's the thing: the Cashion Wildcats have had some success with Ethan standing in that pocket, finding kids down the field. Maybe that opens it up a little bit, and maybe Ethan can find a kid running free in the end zone.
Waswell steps up in the pocket, gets hit. That one will hit the ground. Looked like he got tipped. We've got a defensive lineman hurt, number 55, Elverin White, 6'3", 285 senior. And we'll have an injury timeout. I'm not sure what happened. Tommy Branson looking down on him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if he's got sustained a leg injury or not. Coach Shack is over there. Coach Hennessy's going to come over. Two competitive coaches. I tell you what, you won't find more fiery guys, but definitely respectful to each other and have seen each other quite a bit as the training staff come over. It looks like he'll get up. Maybe it's a cramp of some sort. We do miss our trainer. We don't have an ATC on staff anymore, athletic trainer, but that's sometimes when you don't have one, then you're like, oh man, I miss it. Hopefully there might be a chance that we might be able to get one out here for football again. But with the injury time, Wildcat sitting at second and long, do you dare to go back to the screen again, or do you try to light it up again with Westerhoff and Higdon?
I say you run some route combinations and find some kids running down the field. That's what has gotten you down the field twice now. Let's stick with it, especially being that far down in the chains. You can sit Ethan back there in that pocket. The front line has done a good job of picking up blitzes and giving him some time. Let's let him sit back there, find an open receiver down the field, and pick up a first down, if not touchdown.
All right, so 2x2, Westerhoff in motion across. Waswell back to pass, looking for the screen, and it was wide open. He went back to it. Duran had a mile and two blockers. I don't think it was tipped. And I think this is a situation where Waswell, expecting pressure, didn't have any.
And he had some. I mean, there was pressure coming, but that's the design of the play. You want those kids to come through to get to you while you have a wide-open receiver. But a lot of these screens that have fallen to the ground, not been complete, is timing. I mean, it is just timing. And when you haven't seen full speed, when you're playing these kind of plays, it's hard to get that timing down.
So tunnel screen coming in across. That time they went with Higdon across. That one goes over his head. A lot of pressure, but he's got to step up and make that pass. And, to that point, this is the first time we actually went to the left side on that screen. But you're right. We've had Westerhoff, Jones, Duran, and do we have any? No, I think those three players on those screen plays. And so you're exactly right. Timing and location. But that one would have been a big one.
You look at this drive, and what got us down here was big pass plays. But you can't fault Shaq for running that screen because it worked. It was there. It was there all day long. It could have been a touchdown, but the penalty kind of hurt us. Then the missed opportunity on the screen hurt us. But that's all inexperienced young kids trying to figure it out at the varsity level, and it'll come. I keep saying it. I know people are going to get tired of hearing it from me, but it will come. This is a great group of young kids, good athletes that is going to work hard, and it's going to pay dividends come 2 or 3 years down the road. And let's not say I'm not saying it's not going to start paying dividends by the end of this season. I mean, it could start really – you can see these kids get that timing down right there, and then it's going to be a shift, and they're going to start clicking, and things are going to start coming together. And you can see this team right here finish this season really, really strong.
Yeah, no, right idea. And the parts are there. You know, when we take a look at that class of 2020, the class of 2021, the class of 2022, each of those classes had big parts of a football team, right? Linebacker, specialist, quarterback, right? And to that point, this group, this freshman and sophomore group, kind of similar to that as well. All right, so 4th and 15, 4:36 from the 24. 5, looks like trips up top. Looks like pressure from the short side. Waswell will step in. He's got Westerhoff, intended receiver. Great breakup, and that'll be a turnover of downs as both Hendrens were in coverage and protection. And that one falls short a little bit. And as Coach Shack says, drop it in. Drop it in, Ethan.
Ethan is kind of more of taking that direct throw right at
the seam route,
receiver. But that's another thing that Shack's going to coach him up. And if you see, I don't know if you can see it or not, Shack is, talking to Ethan, yelling at him nonstop. But if anybody ever watched him coach Matt Harmon, Ben Harmon, Griffin Lamb, he coaches hard on his quarterbacks. He expects a lot out of his quarterbacks. And the quarterbacks know it, and they kind of live off that. And the thing is, if they listen, they learn, they're going to get better.
Hinman in, deep pass, big hit! Nice work there, and we'll have a spearing, and unfortunately, I believe we're going to have a helmet-to-helmet as number 6. That was Austin Compton with the big hit, led with his helmet.
Where is the line judge over there? Can he not see that? Is that, the guy from the backfield is coming in. That was just a hit with the head up.
I think this is where the back judge thinks he saw something, so he's going to throw the flag.
He'll come
and talk, and they'll either waive or accept it. So they're going to waive it. So I think that's kind of what happened. He saw Austin Compton with a great hit. Give credit to the wide receiver for Pawhuska to hang on. Hinman having plenty of time. That's enough for the first down. 4:24 here. Clock will start rolling. 4:23 from the 36. Hinman will roll right. He's looking for number 7's covered up. Nice pressure there by the Wildcats. That one will be thrown up and out. Nice work there. The intended receiver was Logan Cass, and got to give credit to that was Grayson Davis, among others, coming up to take that pass away. So nice work there by the Wildcats on defense, bringing up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Austin Compton coming up there and just cleaned that up. But, yeah, that time you got pressure on the quarterback, got him out of the pocket. He wasn't comfortable and was able to force the incompletion.
Pressure from the outside. Hinman will keep it. Compton, among others, over there. Looked like we may have had a holding over there on Lane Kyler that wasn't called. He's going to be cramping up on the sideline. It's probably from that grab. And so with that, that'll be enough. So give credit to Hinman showing his feet. He did have 2 rushing touchdowns, 8 total last week against Caney Valley. Matthew Stockton and Kellen Smith will come off the field as Wildcats will rotate kids in and out. Wildcats in the 3-4 look. That's enough for the first down. 1st and 10 from the 46 on the Pawhuska side of the field. Single back set here to the right of Hinman is Deacon Hendren, the senior. That'll be handoff to Deacon. He'll go back right side. He's got a lane. Good blocking. Austin Compton will push him out of bounds. Or maybe Westerhoff. I can't tell. With these black numbers, it's hard. And you can tell Hennessy wants to score before half.
He wants to get down there and score. And like I said, he knows no other speed than full speed.
Yep.
And you can tell they've really amped up their tempo right here, and they want to get in the end zone before the end of the half.
2nd and 2, 4:02 on the clock from the 46, this time on the Cashion side. Back to pass, empty set will be a keeper, Hinman. No hold call. He'll cut back outside. He'll cut back in. That'll be enough for a first down. That's unfortunate as two Cashion Wildcats were literally turned sideways and around in a pirouette as their jerseys were grabbed. And so with that, that'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, that time Tommy, the senior right there, was just really got a good jump on the ball, got through there, and that was a quarterback draw all the way, but the lineman grabbed Tommy, turned him around, and that really sprung the quarterback for the big run.
1st and 10. This one will come back to Deacon. Same play, right side, stiff arm. Is able to get past Rorden and moves forward. So senior against sophomore, showing his strength and size.
Was that not Kellen Smith that came up and got
It may have been Kellen on that. It was Rorden who came in initially.
Was it Rorden?
Yeah,
okay.
I believe number 12 from the safety spot. So with 3:24 on the clock, little hurry up here for Hennessy. 2nd and short. Wildcats spread out. Back to pass is Hinman. He's going to try to go across the middle. Plenty of time out to Traven Richardson. He makes the catch, eventually tackled by, it looks like Westerhoff. I think that's Westerhoff. Again, can't tell because of our maroon and black. It's hard. I'm almost 51, Chris.
Binoculars out.
Yeah, man, it's tough. But I think that was Westerhoff on that side at the corner as it looked like Kellen Smith has moved back to potentially safety. We'll see what happens here. A little power set right. They're going to try to flood it. Right hand picked off by Max Higdon. Going to cut back if he had a chance to break. So nice job by the safety. The junior stepping up and stopping that drive by the Pawhuska Huskies.
Yeah, great job by Max that time. A great job by the defensive backs there. He didn't have time to find an open receiver that time because there wasn't an open receiver. He had time, and then he had to scramble because the Cashion Wildcats kept bringing pressure. Yep. When he had to scramble, then he floated one out there. Max did a great job of jumping it, getting in front of that, and stopping the Pawhuska Huskies from scoring right here before halftime.
You're exactly right, partner. And, you're exactly right on the roll, and that's why I keep saying that his throw is forced. It's like too much upper body, not enough arm strength or grip on the ball. Does throw a good ball, good spiral, but good work there by the defense. Wasco, plenty of time, crossing route, no hand. Where's our back judge on that one? As Higdon was turned sideways by Kyler. Back judge was able to see that face mask from 50 yards away. Didn't see that one. That's unfortunate for Higdon. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he's beat his man on that every time.
Yep.
That route is his, and that time was no other. And the defensive back for Pawhuska grabbed on, went through, got there before the ball did, and broke the play up.
Yep. All right.
Unfortunate for the Cashion Wildcats, no flag.
2:35, clock stops on the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 15. Wildcats will go actually double tight end here with Timmy and Caleb Duran is going to look back. He's got that deep route. Westerhoff screaming down the hash and just over the outreach hand as Westerhoff absolutely destroys the sophomore Cortland Cass. That's sophomore against sophomore, and that's what you're talking about, boss. When we're talking about equal, Wildcats showing their worth.
Yeah, that time just ran right by him, and Ethan, laid it out there. Little more air under that would have gave him a chance to run under that, but those plays right there are going to come for this young group of Cashion Wildcats.
I love seeing Westerhoff's already been a big difference maker injected in here in this lineup today, coming off of that injury. Didn't get to play a whole lot in the Rejoice game. I think just like 2 plays, and that was it.
Yeah, didn't even get in.
2:30 here. Wildcats 3rd down and 10. Waswell, a little pulling guard's going to keep it. Go ahead and move forward. That's the first time he's called his number. I like what Coach is doing there. Let's see if Coach Hennessy will call timeout. Actually, he's got 2 left. It'll bring up 4th down. Most likely we'll run this all the way down and try to punt. Coach Hennessy will not call timeout. I'm shocked. Probably saved those 2 timeouts maybe for his last possession. Wildcats, I'm going to jinx us, but we've held them to just 16 points here in the second quarter after giving up 24. And a lot of that has been because we've had sustained drives and have been able to take care of the field position battle and actually made them have to go a little bit longer than usual. There's an OBU Bison right there. That's right.
Yeah, that time, like you said it, man, just the fact that you have sustained drives makes a big difference, not giving the ball right back to a high-powered offense.
So that punt off of the foot of number 57, was that Kyle? No, that was Benson Waltman.
Yep.
That one will get close to the 50-yard line mark. It'll be on the Cashion side of the 49.
And you see Benson with the big club on his hand, and I'm just wondering if that's why he's not in there more on the defensive side of the football, is they're waiting until he can get cleared to get back in there, because he's going to be a difference maker whenever he can be able to be on that defensive line and offensive line, just with his size and physicality.
All right, Wildcats looking to try to bow up and get another stop. 1:36, 2 timeouts left for Coach Hennessy and the Huskies. In motion is Trayvon Richardson. He already has 3 touchdowns on the day. They're going to look out and up for him. Kellen Smith doesn't bite on it. Nice work there by the freshman. Does not get beat. Sniffs that one out as they ran Richardson on a little wheel. And great hip turns by the freshman Kellen Smith coming up and breaking up that pass.
And Kellen was man-to-man with him that time. And like I said, when you're man-to-man, you are following them no matter where they go. They go to the bathroom, you're going with them. And that time Kellen came all the way across the field. I saw him one time. It kind of looked like he was going to cheat, and he didn't. He stayed with it, got his head turned around there, was able to knock that ball down. Great job by the freshman.
2nd and 10, Hendren back to pass. He's going to look for that out. Oh, just broken up. Great job by Ethan Waswell. Intended receiver was number 28. We've seen that number. That was Trenton Reese, the junior 6'1", 190 tight end. So good work there by the sophomore. And again, when you match up our sophomores and freshmen against their guys, it's a good day.
Yep.
All right, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 here. 4-down territory for Coach Hennessy. In motion is Richardson's had a fantastic day. They're going to go ahead and run him out back inside. Kellen Smith gets Kellen Smith, great read. Absolutely love the freshman here, growing up on the spot, finding Richardson, coming up and almost gets the pick.
I mean, you said it, man, like growing up in front of our eyes right here. That same play was run earlier. Kellen didn't follow him. Kellen didn't come with him. He had his eyes in the backfield, was tricked. It was a touchdown. That time, stayed with him, didn't put his eyes in the backfield, didn't get tricked, and was there to make the interception, just didn't finish the play.
Absolutely. So that brings up 3rd down. Another punt. Wildcat defense wins there. That one is high. Get out of the way, Cashion Wildcats. Timmy Jones coming up, and that one will roll back, and there'll be a Cashion bounce.
Run. If you don't secure the ball, well, I guess they blew the whistle, but you're supposed to secure the ball. You just touch it and let it hit.
You can go get it.
You can get it and run.
You're exactly right. Wildcats get a punt. That's a force another one here on the night. Is that their 2nd punt of the night?
I think so. No, that was the first one. They lined up kind of like they might punt, and they went for it.
That's exactly right. So Cashion with the ball, their 8th possession from the 40. No timeouts, but it got 1:12 here.
And you have Max Higdon over here matched up man-to-man with a sophomore.
Cass, sophomore. 5'7". So he's
small.
probably 5'5".
Let's see if Shaq doesn't try to take a deep shot right here with him.
Looks like he's going to. A little inside-outside move. Oof. Little misread. I don't know if that was meant for Westerhoff on the flag or the comeback on Higdon. I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna blame Kellen Smith for dropping that interception. You know who I'm gonna blame? His parents, because they did not let him play Casa football in 3rd and 4th grade.
But they played some Friday Night Live.
I know. I'm giving a hard time. I love Derek and Nikki Joe. They're fantastic. Mom and Dad supreme. So with that, we have 1:07 on the incompletion. Trips left here. Back to pass. Waswell looking for something. Little bump. Going to move. Higdon with the outstretched arms, just misses. You know, that's a situation where he needs to stay clean. He doesn't need the contact. Make the double move, do the hezzy, and then just go.
Just go.
Waswell put one out there for him.
Yeah, in that time, I mean, give credit to the sophomore from Pawhuska to turn and run with him and not really bite on that play. But, you know, almost the size difference and the speed difference, I would almost say let's just run him deep. Let him just give him a shot to run by a kid and hit and let Ethan throw it out there and catch the ball on a deep play. What did we do?
We'd have a holding penalty. So it would have been negated. But, again, we're all talking about – this is all about district play, Chris. All of this is about district play for us. We're not going to see anyone better than Pawhuska in district play. Waswell with the keeper, bounces outside, protects the ball, and he's going to go down. And with 55 seconds, that'll bring up 3rd down and 20-21. Let's see if Coach Hennessy calls a timeout. He does not. So,
well, we see, I mean, now, you know, Shaq ran the ball right there just to be able to keep the ball on the ground, let that clock run down, get in the locker room at halftime and make some adjustments. But now with it down to it'll be about 12 seconds on the clock when he snaps it. let's throw it deep. They're going to back up here, maybe find a Max Higdon coming across, underneath to get down the field.
Jet sweep to Westerhoff. Safe play there. They actually don't fumble it in terms of that. Where's a whistle?
I know.
I mean, come on. I know we want to get to half, but and that'll be the end of the first half there as we eventually get there as the Wildcats. You know what? We're going to call it a mini victory. They were down 24-0 in the first half, or in the first quarter. Second quarter, they just allowed 16 points and had a chance with 2 red zone possessions in the second quarter to potentially win the second quarter. So give credit to Coach Shack and the bunch. We've seen a lot of growth. And looks like here as the cheerleaders go out, let's make sure that Max gets the cheerleaders. Not sure what happened to the we got Dagan Lloyd. Yeah, a little Dagan Lloyd situation. Big shout out to my man over there, a little waving of our fantastic offensive lineman.
Dagan Lloyd, just a big, strong kid, one of the junior, one of the upperclassmen, and he goes down on the 5th play of the game last week. So your hearts and prayers go out to Dagan Lloyd to get better. But he keeps a smile on his face nonstop, and that's a great kid, great family. He'll come back stronger than ever.
He sure will. Love it. All right, so big shout out to the Lloyd family. Love them. Ricky Adams, we know Mr. Adams. We've had him here doing interviews. Hopefully we can get a text up to my man Maddox. He's doing a great job for us, and he will get out to the cheerleaders. But big shout out to Dagan and the Lloyd family, and a big shout out to our cheerleader. And look, that's a huge group out there. They're going to try to get a trophy, a championship in the game day championship. Not game day.
September 16th at Stroud High School.
Yes, game day state. September 16th at Stroud. Coach Casey Williams and Coach Amber
At this time, I would like to individually introduce the cheer squad.
We'll let Chad introduce them. We got it turned up there.
Alan Poston, Blake Kapner, Dylan Ahern, Lila Holt, Alan Hostetler, Ruby Carson, Ruby Hudson, and Sadie Weaver. Our sophomores, Hadley House, Jace Bradley, and Kylie Hinson. Our juniors, Abby Hobgood, Bella Butler, Chevy Eubanks, Landry Shackelford, Mackie Roper, Megan Schaefer, Sierra McCracken, and Story Finnegar. And this year's seniors, Bailey Garrett, Cheyenne Henry, Kaylee Gillian, Lauren Jenkins, and Reese Williams. Cashion fans, let's hear it one more time for your Cashion 2023-2024 High School Cheer Squad.
All right, and that was the cheer squad. Casey Williams and Amber Hobgood do a great job with that group of girls, and I think they're going to be competing for some state championships again this year. So
I'm calling state championship already.
Hey, I'm right there with you,
Legit,
man.
we're going to kick them dirty dog Crescent kids to the curb.
That's right. All right, we're going to leave it right here. It looks like we're going to have a little halftime show with the band.
We need you to clear the field, please. Thank you. Cashion fans, at this time, we have for your entertainment the Pride of Cashion under the direction of Philip Snow. Please welcome them as they perform Chicago's hit song, 25 or 6 to 4, followed by a classic song written and first performed by Chris Kenner, Land of 1,000 Dances. Cashion fans, let's hear it for the pride of Cashion.
Great job there by the band, the pride of Cashion. We have a new band teacher this year, or band director, Mr. Snow, and he has done a great job so far with the Cashion Wildcat Band. And, man, big things coming from them. Mr. Lane.
There's just 13 of the band members, and they sound
excellent. Just 13, and, man, they were getting after it. So loud, you could hear them. Everything sounded good. So great job by the the pride of Cashion there. Jump out there, give us a little halftime show. Lane's here, little lessons with Lane at halftime, kind of go over a few of the stats. And just start out, Lane, what are your thoughts? I mean, you've seen a lot of Cashion football. What are your thoughts here in this first half?
You can kind of see us grew from first quarter to second quarter. You saw Kellen Smith had kids kind of running by him at the first part of the first quarter. Second quarter, he was on every one of them plays.
Yeah.
So, you're just going to see growth, and that's what Coach Shack has preached to him in the locker room. It's just we're not worried about win or lose. We're worried about 40 seconds. Get ready to play 40 seconds. When that's over, get ready to play another 40 seconds. And just concentrate on getting better as the season goes along and as the game goes along. And again, this team shows signs of getting better. They got better from first quarter to second quarter. I know that when you look at them, some of these stats don't show that. And Pawhuska is 2A, and their coach and their town really, really want to beat us 500-0.
And why do they want to beat us so bad, though?
Well, we beat them 7-6 3 or 4 years ago on a miracle, and then we go to Ponca City and beat them, and probably both years they had as good of a team as us, and the year we beat them 7-6 had a better team than us, so they're still.
And then what did we wind up doing? Winning the championship.
You bet.
If that both of those years were de facto championship games with. Now I take that back. The Ringling game was not an easy game, but the 2020 game was de facto championship in Pawhuska. We go there, beat them. Pretty much still a state championship away from them. The next year, they have another great team, go up to Ponca City, beat them again, go on to win another state championship. So that's 2 state championships you kind of steal out of Matt Hennessy's hands.
Right.
And he is not happy about it, and he's going to put pedal to the metal and try to beat the brakes off of us. And he's taking advantage of some young kids in a situation to be able to do that. Now, if the roles were reversed and he could see down the future he's going to have some young kids and we're going to have these seniors, are they going to line up to play us?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he would, but I don't know.
I doubt it. It brings back a story. I told it last year. We're down 6-0 at Pawhuska, 30 or 40 seconds left on the clock. There's a Tulsa World reporter in our booth, and about the size of this booth, and it's me and Ken Reasoner and Ty Reasoner and Jason Robinson and the Tulsa World reporter. And whenever we score that score to get up 7-6. We made a Tulsa World sandwich, and that guy, he was about a 65-year-old. We were hugging each other, and he was right in the middle of it,
that's good stuff.
Just getting blasted.
Yeah, well, he probably enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, right.
Surely. Hey, it was cold that night too, man. I'd have jumped in the middle of that celebration to keep warm.
We've had total yardage. We're at 91 to their 308, and it was minus 50 yards, I think, at the end of the first quarter. So we got better as this game has gone along, and I think we'll see an improvement in this second half as well. We just have so many pups, and not just physical, but they just haven't played enough in these bigger situations. The last time we had freshmen playing significant time was in 2007, 2008. We didn't have very many seniors. My son was a sophomore. He got to play a lot. All them sophomores got to play a ton. There was freshmen who got to play. And so past that, I mean, you've got kids that are coming up playing behind Ty Reasoner, and Ty Reasoner is a senior in a freak show. And so these kids that are freshmen didn't get to play any at all. And so these kids are having to grow up in a hurry.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's what we talked a little bit about it last week asked Nima, I said, how many meaningful snaps did Nick play as a freshman? And he was like, not much. He might got in every once in a while on a meaningful play, but not very much. I don't even think Landon Lagasse did he even play as a freshman.
Braxton Green played as a freshman.
Caden Harrell maybe played a little bit as a freshman.
Played a little bit as a freshman. I think Peyton Maroney played as a freshman. But a lot of them kids played. A lot of them kids will play as freshmen, but most of the time they're playing the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th game a year
Yeah.
as their freshman year, where they're like, you know what, I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big jump to go up there and to Kellen Smith to go be tackling an 18-year-old.
Well, last year they were tackling 7th graders and 8th
Right,
graders. This
right.
year they're tackling seniors,
No, I know.
juniors and seniors. And but the thing is about these freshmen that are out there, they have no fear. They're not scared to jump in and really try to learn, get better. Now, can they keep their head straight and keep their head up and not get down on themselves? I think they can, because they just know, like, hey, we keep this up. We keep getting better. We're going to see really good things. And we talked about it. We saw, I mean, these kids are growing up every quarter right in front of our eyes. If we go back and watch game film from Rejoice last week, and then at the end of the season go and watch the end of the year, you're going to say, man, these kids are completely different kids out there on the field experience-wise.
So who do we play next week? Woodward, right?
Let me see. I hope not. I don't think it's Woodward, is it? Was it 3 in a row we played? No,
We played
Thomas. So we played Thomas here.
Thomas will be okay, and then we'll play Walters, and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Walters is not great. Minko will be good enough. And then we'll play Woodward on down the road. And, drive through the town of Woodward, it's 12,000 people. And they've got a Walmart and an Atwoods. They've got a lot of big stuff there. So we're going to get to –
I mean, we have a corner store.
Right.
Hey, but we do have a new pizza joint, Flour and Fennel. Awesome. I think they probably have the game on tonight. So shout out to Carlos and Kristen over there.
Right
and but yeah, like you said, I mean, we're just happy we get a pizza joint. Woodward, I mean, it's a different size town, different size school, but it's going to throw these young kids in the fire, and that's where I think Shaq is okay with running a schedule like this, because it's going to give them experience to get better and really grow up a lot faster. Because I was telling somebody that I think the first ball game as a Cashion fan that I ever went to when we first moved here, we went to Yale, Oklahoma, and played. And it was a goat pasture we played on. And it was, I mean, I think they had 13 kids. And the best part of that whole game was they had an awesome halftime show. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Like they turned the lights out and they had glow sticks. But we just throttled that team. But I don't think our kids got any better. Coach Shackelford over the last few years has really beefed up his non-district play, and now we're kind of, getting our butts whooped.
Right.
But I think Shaq is okay with that, because he wants to get these kids, throw them in the fire, get them better, get the experience going against better teams, and then when you get to that district play, you're ready to roll, because you've seen higher. Or better kids out there.
Ethan Waswell, whenever he has time, he looks good. He's got a good ball. It comes out of his hand good. There's just times where he's got people in his face from the snap. And you'll look at if you'll look tonight, the people are out there watching this. You look at 9 and look at 9 for Pawhuska. He's got a cowboy collar on. He looks like he's about 45 years old, and he's manly. And there's several of them kids on that team that are adultish looking. And so we throw some of these kids that we have out here, and it's just going to be a learning experience.
A little lopsided, yeah.
While.
But the thing is that Ethan, like you said, whenever he can stand in that pocket and deliver it, he's got a good throwing motion. He throws strikes when they're open. And the big pass play to Max Higdon, they were bringing the pressure. The front line did a good job, but his height he was able to see down the field and deliver
and Max kind
a
of
good
blocked
pass.
the kid out to catch that ball.
Yep.
So we're going to be all right.
Yep.
No
doubt.
We're just going to have to kind of limp through these next maybe through this season and just try to get better and better. But we've got a little bit of talent coming.
Yes, no doubt. That is for sure. When you only have 3 seniors and really one that only really gets much playing time, I think
Tommy.
Is Waltman? Is he?
Yeah.
Did they just not have him out there?
Well, he's got a broken hand, and
that's what I was wondering. Are they waiting for him to get healthy before they kind of really throw him down there on the line? He's been doing the punting and the kicking, but he hasn't been out there on the line yet.
Tommy Branson's another senior.
But really, it's Tommy, Waltman, and then Bryson Beitler.
And, our line is really kind of the shining spot on our team last week, and we're playing okay on the line this week too.
I mean, on the defensive front line, I mean, they're doing a great job against the run game for Pawhuska. On pass rush, they're keeping him hemmed in, but we just don't have that dude like Vandriff that could come off the edge and get to the quarterback. But Tommy and Stockton and Melendez, they're doing a good job of keeping him hemmed up. But I think we're going to see Coach Wood bring some pressure, bring some stunts to get him in it, get some people in his face.
The things we're looking to is Thomas next week will be we have a chance to win that game and be highly competitive on it. Walter's going to be the same way, and then Watonga is going to be another team that we're going to, and Hinton. So we're going to have. This is not going to be a mismatch like this every.
Yeah, I mean you're at a level of competition for the last 2 weeks of up here. You start getting into Thomas. I mean, don't get me wrong. Thomas is a diehard football school. They just kind of had a down year a couple years after they went to the state championship against us. Kind of like what we're doing. They're rebuilding. They're going to have a really good quarterback that's a sophomore. He played a ton last year. He's going to be a sophomore. You're going to see a little bit more experience, but they're going to be a little bit lower level as far as competition than what we've seen these first two weeks. And I don't think Thomas is seeing anything near the level of competition what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's a chance if you're not here, you need to start coming out to these games. It's a chance to see these young kids play and these some of these seniors get to play the last 8 or 10 games.
No doubt.
It's just a lot of fun to see these kids.
Yeah, and I told some people I talked to today that were like, I don't know if we're going to go to the game. I'm like, if you aren't showing up today, don't show up in 3 years when this team is going to a state championship, because there is some talent on this team. And if you can't come and support these kids when they're getting beat, don't come and support them when they're winning. You come to these games, you yell for them if it's good or bad. And I think we've had a really big crowd here tonight, and I'm so glad to see that the community of Cashion. And I had no doubt. I knew they would show up for these kids and really yell and cheer for them. Well, we're going to jump over and go to a quick commercial, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the second half of the Cashion Wildcats versus Pawhuska.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
All right, welcome back. Second half action live from Maxson Field in Cashion, Oklahoma. Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson bringing you tonight's second half action as the Cashion Wildcats. And you're going to need a miracle to come back here down 40-0 to the 2A visiting Pawhuska Huskies. Wildcats, though, in my opinion, the bright spot was holding Pawhuska to 16 in the second quarter and driving the ball. What was the main thing that you and Lane talked about?
We just talked about how you can see these kids growing up right in front of our eyes every play of the game. You know, you talked about Kellen Smith in that first quarter, let a guy run right by him, let him run for a touchdown just kind of with some misdirection. And by the end of the first half, Kellen was there to make an interception.
Yep.
So He didn't finish it off with the interception, but he was there to make the play. And you see Max Higdon out there getting better every single snap, running great routes, catching the ball. So these young Wildcats are growing up right in front of our eyes. And, yes, it may be tough this first few games, this whole year, but you got a lot of good things to come.
All right, so I think that was an intended onside kick. I don't think that was a miss hit, and so Wildcats showing their inexperience.
You got to come up, get on it, just fall on it. Don't try to catch it and run. Get on the ball, fall on it, because you're already in good field position. So get it, fall to the ground, cover it up, and live to fight another day.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So again, field position was the key for the Pawhuska Huskies, starting from their own 49, 46, the Cashion 37, the Cashion 47, the Cashion 25, and so on. And so here they are, deep already. Started the second half with the 38 of Cashion. Jet sweep not there. Back to pass is Higdon. He's going to go down the middle, and that's overshot. Great coverage there. It looks like that was was that Westerhoff? I believe so.
Yep, Westerhoff.
So good job there by Drew, the sophomore, on the junior. I apologize, Lane Kyler. Step for step, and that one was overshot by Hinman. Hinman had a pretty good first half. The kid was 14 for 26, 195 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Statistically, from the touchdown perspective, it's nice. Completion percentage, not so good, 50%. You're going to want a little bit better of that. He'll go ahead and call his number, keep it, shows his wheels. He's going to get across the middle. He's got a chance. Grayson Davis with that last chance. And here I was talking about his incompletion rate. It doesn't matter. A kid shows his wheels and gets the 38-yard touchdown keeper. And with less than a minute knocked off, about looks like was at 23 seconds, it'll be the Huskies with another touchdown.
Yeah, and that time Hennessy just saw that first play on defense. Cashion Wildcats kind of fell out to stop that pass, and Hennessy saw that, set them up just perfect, bringing pressure around the outside, opened up the middle, and was able to run for a touchdown there, straight up the gut against the Cashion Wildcats.
So as Mr. Silky Smooth Tishner yells, we'll have a legal shift there, or offers up over the PA. That'll negate the 2-point conversion. We'll go ahead and retry, and that one will move it back a little bit. So if you're new to Class 2A or Class A football in the Huskies, they rarely kick extra points. That burned them in a loss to the Wildcats back in 2020, where the Wildcats beat them in the semifinals to go on to their first state championship since 1980. Hendren will go ahead back to pass, and he'll hit Richardson in the corner of the end zone, and that'll be another 2-point conversion. They've been perfect on the day on extra points, and that'll move the score to 48-0.
Yeah, and Lane brought up the point of, Pawhuska, the town itself, and the coach, they want to try to beat Cashion Wildcats more than anybody. And I asked him why, and he said, well, in 2020, we beat them by 1 in Pawhuska, and then went on to win the state championship, and then 2021 did the same thing. And in both of those years, it was almost like that game between Cashion and Pawhuska was de facto championship games. Don't get me wrong, Ringling was definitely a formidable foe in the championship game in 2021, but Pawhuska had a loaded team both of those years, and Cashion kind of got in their way of winning a state championship both times.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Hennessy will ever have teams as loaded as he did those 2 years, or as built to win a state title. This year's team that he has is good. But there's going to be teams.
You got some teams in 2A that will throttle this team.
Well, they're not going to give bus. It's going to be a lot harder than it is here or Caney Valley.
There's not going to be a lot of freshmen and sophomores 9 deep on a team that they're going to see anymore after this.
That's correct. So another kickoff. That one is going to be this one back to Fields, or Davis. I apologize. That one in out of his hands. He'll go ahead and capture that one. He's got a lane. He's going to try to cut to the outside and use that speed. He does get by the corner. And we'll have a chance to keep breaking. Nice work there as the freshman gets the outside, beats Peyton Hunt, the junior, around the edge. Almost had a face mask, almost had a horse collar, but give credit to Davis flashing those fast feet and getting all the way out to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I tell you. And, I said it a lot in the scrimmage and a lot last week, is this freshman group has a lot of really talented young kids that are fast. There is some speed in that group, and as they grow and get bigger and stronger, that speed is really going to start to show. And, man, they are going to have weapons all over the field that can really get out and run once they get a little bit older, get a little bit stronger.
Ethan Waspo handoff, jet sweep to Westerhoff. He cuts back up inside. Nice move, and that'll be a big first down for the sophomore, Drew Westerhoff. Nice run, and we've seen a little bit of action here out of him today.
Yeah, great job right there by Drew, kind of putting that foot down, then turning it straight upfield and getting big yardage on the run right there. Great job by Drew Westerhoff of really just taking it and of finding that hole, finding that seam, and putting his head down and getting big yardage.
All right, so with that, that'll bring up a big first down in Pawhuska territory. Westerhoff in the jet sweep. Waspo will keep it inside screen tunnel into Timmy Jones. Jones with the catch, and they're going to say, thankfully, blow the whistle. Yes, thank you, as he was clearly down, knocked loose right around the 40-yard line. So completion to Jones, his first of the day. That one will go for about 2 yards.
Hey, that was only 2 yards, but it was a completion. That timing looked a lot better.
It sure did.
If we can get our timing down on some of those bubble screens and tunnel screens, it's going to be some big plays to come. I talked to Lane a little bit, I think, before we jumped on while the band was out there. I was like, what is going on with those screens? Why aren't we completing those? And he's like, it's just timing. Yeah. Like, Ethan, a lot of times, he first year starting quarterback, gets a little antsy as those kids are coming on those screens. You got to kind of have to be patient. They're going to come fast, but just float it over, find those receivers, and it's timing. Once he gets that timing down, and it'll come. Ethan's a smart kid, works hard. It will come. And when it does, it's going to be big plays.
Will do. Timmy Jones there, a little power to a little thunder to Westerhoff's lightning. Moves it forward at about 3 yards. Nice work there by the junior linebacker, now running back and fullback. He stays in the backfield with Waspo, third and manageable. Little fake give. Waspo looking to his right, coming to the out to Westerhoff with a catch, breaks a tackle, gets to the 30-yard line, and Drew Westerhoff, dripping wet, 135 pounds, shedding Pawhuska Huskies like they're paper dolls.
A great job right there by Drew to come back to that football, and it was a great job by Ethan to find him over there. That wasn't the first receiver that he was looking at. Found him over there on the edge. Drew did a good job of catching the ball, making sure he caught the ball, made that first guy miss, and then got up the field for big yardage for the Wildcats.
Wildcats will stay big here with Caleb Duran and Loeffholzer at the tight end spot. Twins up top. Westerhoff, Higdon. Handoff into Timmy Jones. He's got a lane. Cuts through, breaks one tackle, tries to break another. And a big-time run there from Mr. Thunder, Timmy Jones.
Yeah, good job by Timmy there again. I mean, there wasn't much of a hold, but he put his head down and just drove those feet and gained every bit of those 6-7 yards right there with just sheer willpower. A great job by the front line to really give him a little bit of a lane there to jump in through to and get those yardage.
Yeah, great move by Shackle, Coach Shack kind of weaving in Timmy into the playbook this week. A little bit more extra weight and strength there in the linebacker or in the running back spot. Westerhoff comes back in to the left of Waspo. Second and short, Waspo back to pass, looking to go cross. Looks like a little holder on the hips there. I'm not sure why that's not called, as Traven Henderson was basically a Lululemon knapsack around Higdon's waist. But they go ahead and say no, as Higdon makes his break, and Traven Richardson grabbing him with both arms, no call. Unfortunately missed there by the line judge, or the back judge who's seen everything, misses that one. And that'll bring up third down and short.
Do you think it was just because the pass was a little farther out there? But
doesn't
I
matter.
think
it's a hold.
Yeah,
it's still a hold.
If he would have not been held, he would have been a lot closer to making that catch.
That was the easiest call to make all night. It was an absolute hold as Higdon broke out 10 yards out of his route and got grabbed around his waist. Nonetheless, 3rd and 4, 7:30 on the clock. Handoff. Westerhoff, he cuts in, drops the pads, maybe gets one. And I just don't understand that. All day they've been working. They've been calling small false starts while Pawhuska's up 30 to 40 to nothing, and they missed that call. It's a shame. So that'll bring up 4th and 4 here for the Wildcats. 4th and 3, we'll call it a long 3. 7-minute running clock here from the 23. Wildcats will take Davis off the field. They'll split Higdon down, aced up. He's got the junior Lane Kyler on him. Trips up top. Ethan Waswo looking at a blitz formation as Luke Wilson, or I'm sorry, Wilson coming in tight off that top edge. Back to pass. Tommy Branson picks him up, gets flushed out. He's got room to run, but he decides to throw one up. And that is a big mistake there by Waswo as he had a touchdown in front of him. Decides to throw one up to Higdon. That one's broken up, and it'll be turnover of downs.
Now that's going to be one that Ethan's going to go back and look at that film right there and go, I had a running lane a mile wide. I mean, give him credit. He was keeping his eyes down the field, trying to give his receivers.
He made a great play with his feet, stepping up into the pocket.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But, man, he's going to see on the film of maybe just scan the field a little bit right in front of me. Let's know that it's fourth down. Do I have enough room to get the first down and more? And go ahead and get that done the next time. But he's a young quarterback.
Absolutely.
He's going to learn. There was good things in there, but it could have been better. He's going to learn from that. Next time he's probably going to pull it down and get the first down.
Absolutely agree. The kid's going to – I know he's a film room junkie. So with that 6:38 turnover downs, it'll be the second possession here for the Pawhuska Huskies. Hinman will keep it. He'll go ahead and get that one. He'll get slammed down. And good work there by Ethan Waswo, taking out a little frustration out on the smaller quarterback for the Pawhuska Huskies. Again, Canyon Hinman, 6 foot 165, junior. Wildcats staying in that 3-4 look here, and across we've got Stockton. Looks like Travis Lofhalsel as well as Juan Melendez. Is that Juan?
Yep.
Yeah. So we've got Juan Melendez on that left edge, 4 linebacker look, a little packed in. On the field side, Deacon Hendren will keep it on the zone. He'll eventually get brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. So good work there by the Cashion Wildcat safeties. Actually, that was a linebacker, and we do have a flag. We have a sideline warning on the Wildcats, and we cannot have a Cashion Wildcat football game if we don't have a sideline warning by on the Cashion coaches.
Well, and Coach Shack is telling him, look at my sideline. Where are we supposed to stand? I do my best. I mean, but there, like you said, it wouldn't be a Cashion Wildcat football game without one sideline warning.
So nonetheless, a warning, not a penalty. So first down and 10 on the carry by Deacon Hendren. Great athlete. Absolutely love seeing him. So with that, Wildcats will come back on D. In motion is number 28, Trenton Reese, the tight end. That's going to be a keeper by Hendren. And that's Timmy Jones in the backfield. Says, you may be fast, but I am faster. Timmy Jones coming through in the backfield for a TFL.
Yeah, good job right there, Timmy, just knowing and seeing where the play was going. That was his responsibility. Came downhill, made a good tackle. Where Pawhuska's had some really success this second half has been a zone read. That time they really didn't have anything. If he'd have pulled it, he'd have got hit. He gave the running back the ball, and Timmy Jones did a great job coming down and making the play.
Deep pass. Davis in coverage over his head into Corlin Cass. The sophomore beats the freshman, and that's going to be a 63-yard touchdown pass from Hendren to Cass.
Yeah, that time just got behind Grayson Davis, and that right there is one of those things where you do not, when you are man-to-man, you are backpedaling and you turn and run. Do not let him get behind you, because when you do and you go up and you miss that ball, falls in his hands, there's nobody behind you to stop it.
So you know, the conversation, I've had a couple DBs in my family. You better get a PI before giving up a touchdown. That's the number one rule. And so, you know, those situations, just play the player. You've been saying it all day. Play the player. Stay with him. Make it hard. 2-point conversion. No good. So the Wildcats get a stop there. We do have a hurt Pawhuska Husky, a lot of heat, maybe cramp related. We'll see what happens. So that'll move it to with 4:40 in the game to 54-0. And I tell you what, it was 59-0 against Rejoice last week. It's 54-0. This feels a lot different. You know, coming into the game, Chris, we talked about this. I thought Pawhuska was going to be way more physical than Rejoice. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. And I think Rejoice has proven to be the 5th-ranked team in Class 2A. I see some good things from Pawhuska, but I think it's more about the Cashion team and the Cashion bus than anything else. We get the evil stink eye. I'm not sure what that was all about. Hometown favorite. I know, that was on you, Nicky Joe. That was.
You know, I agree with you. I mean, last week there was a lot more that Rejoice could have unleashed a little more fury on us than what they did. But a lot of it last week was we were given.
Yep.
We gave a lot last
Yep.
week. This week, there's some things that we've done that have been really
that
good.
was what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that have that I think are silver linings.
Yes.
Does anybody like to get beat 54-0 or 59-0? No, I do not. But like I said last week, and I'll say it again this week, this will fuel their fire. These younger kids, they're going to want to live in the weight room. They're going to want to live in the film room. And they're going to want to get better. And whenever they are juniors and seniors, it's going to pay dividends.
Absolutely. All right, Hendren with another kickoff. He's going to aim for his man, Davis. The freshman's going to go ahead and catch that one right at the 11-yard line. He's going to take a step, 2 steps, gets to the outside, little hip-de-hoo. And looks like he'll get that one across the 25-yard line. So nice little 10-yard return there by the freshman. And again, this game feels a lot different for the Wildcats. I really do. I've seen a lot better things happening here for the Wildcats. Again, a couple busts, well, actually a lot more than a couple, that have led to some big scoring plays by Pawhuska. But, these are situations where, again, I've seen a lot more silver lining. So with that, Wildcats will take over second possession here of the second half from their own 29-yard line. It'll be Waswo, the sophomore, in the backfield and shotgun. He'll give that one off to Timmy Jones. Timmy Jones pulls forward. Looks like he's going to get about 2 or 3 yards. You know what I like about Tim is that once he sees the hole, he drops the pads and he hits it, man.
Yeah, now that was, you could see that one just kind of forming right there. You saw Timmy coming. He saw the hole. He put his foot in the ground, got upfield, and got
4 yards.
4 yards.
You do that 3 times, that's a first down.
Yep,
that's
no doubt.
First down. So with that, Wildcats, somebody's going to take a timeout. Well, we do have another injured Pawhuska Husky. A lot of cramping going on over there with the guys in gray and black and orange. With 3:35, Wildcats will come over their sideline. We'll have and this is now standard procedure here in Oklahoma with the heat, the way it is. They usually say, hey, let's take a kind of a
heat break.
Heat break. Yeah. Do you want to take a heat break ourselves? You want to?
Yeah,
keep
we
it
can.
Here? Right.
It looks like they are going to take a little. No, they're whistling them back out.
Right,
so we'll stay here.
We'll keep it here.
Even the referee back judge is back here cramping.
He's
up.
working it out.
Yeah.
Hey, again, we appreciate our officials. Don't always agree with them, and for the most part, I think these.
They've done a good job of communicating.
I agree.
Seeing most things.
Absolutely agree.
They've done a good job tonight.
All right, clock rolling. 3:33 here, third quarter. Ethan Waswo, he's by himself in shotgun. Max protect here for the Wildcats. Back to pass. Waswo is going to screen coming out to Westerhoff. He's going to catch, try to cut back in. He does. Breaks loose, breaks another tackle. Can't get by the third. Give credit to number 50. That's Tyler Neal, the freshman, coming in to get the tackle.
Yeah, Westerhoff did a good job of coming in right there, making first guy miss and cutting back into the middle of the field. But at some point, you don't want to get in there where the big boys are. You want to put your foot down and get what you can. And I think he'll watch some film and see that and learn from that too.
Yep, absolutely. Timmy Jones, all sportsmanship team, helping out Kyler Lane with his cramped leg. He's getting some water there from another Western.
Husky's just left the boy just hanging.
Well, Wildcats again with another cramped Husky will come to the sideline. Let's talk about, again, that second half. Did you guys go into stats at all? I mean,
just a little bit.
Waswo 6 for 24, 90 yards. Already a better day. Only 1 interception, no touchdowns. Leading receiver, no doubt, Max Higdon, 3 for 66. But guess what? Drew Westerhoff's come in. He's run the ball a little bit. In fact, Drew had 2 carries for 10 yards. He also had 3 catches for 24. So, again, Drew Westerhoff, the sophomore, providing a little bit of spark to this football team tonight.
Yeah, and Lane did talk about, in the first quarter, I think we were negative 50 yards or something like that, but come back and wound up getting, some good drives in that second quarter to gain some yards and really start getting some momentum. They never get in the end zone. This young team's going to have to get over that hump at some point and learn how to finish a drive. But
maybe this is
just seeing some drives and moving down the field and getting deep into the defensive territory is a good sign.
Absolutely. A couple of red zone opportunities already for the Wildcats. They had one against Rejoice. They've already had 2 or 3 here today. So the Wildcats with 3 minutes on the clock here, third quarter, down 54-0. Waswo back to pass, looking for that out, steps up in the pocket, and that closes quickly, as he's going to lose a couple here, and he'll eventually go down as the whistle's finally blown. So good coverage. We'll call that a coverage sack by the Pawhuska Huskies, as we had Westerhoff and we had Grayson Davis, Max Higdon out in running routes.
And right there, you only needed about 5 yards, and you wanted that to be a quick, I think it was a quick stop, but Ethan had to kind of step up in that pocket, didn't get a chance to see his receiver come open.
Wasso back to pass on 4th down. He's going to look for Higdon on the comeback. He makes the catch and unfortunately cannot stay in bounds as he had a chance as the defender, Richardson, goes down with another cramp, his 12th of the game already.
I mean, that shows you his arm strength right there. I mean, that was a good, solid throw all the way across the field to the sideline. Unfortunately, Max was having to come back to get that ball, and it was a little too close to the sideline. Couldn't keep control. If he could have kept control and in bounds, his defender fell down with a cramp, and he could have turned it up and went for big yardage.
All right, so unfortunately the Wildcats' second possession falls on a turnover of downs. That gives the ball back at the Cashion 37-yard line for the Huskies. Hinman back in shotgun.
No, they got it looks like a younger kid back there now.
Okay, all right. So Coach Hennessy, look in the reserves, he does. He's going to hand the ball off inside to number 5. That's Parker Delegadillo, 5'9" junior. Again, he gets to replace his second teamers with some more juniors.
Yeah.
Coming in at quarterback, it looks like it's number 14?
Was it 14 or 13? Yeah, 14.
Number 14, Jaden Spicer, freshman, 5'8", 145. So Coach Hennessy calling off the dogs here, literally, the Huskies. He's replaced them. So the Wildcats, now we got freshmen, sophomores against maybe some juniors, freshmen and sophomores against the Huskies.
We talked about it. It was like when it's JV time, we already got JV
out there. All right, so 43 seconds here, third quarter. That's Spicer in shotgun. He's going to go ahead and hand that one off again to Delgadillo. He'll break one tackle, spin move, showing some speed. And that's unfortunate as the Wildcats had him deep for a loss. Give him credit on the circle.
Yeah, you have to wrap up. I mean, that kid's shifty, maybe a backup, but he's shifty. He's got some good balance there. Stayed on his feet, got spun around, and then found a cutback lane to get big yardage. Cashion Wildcats have to stay, keep flying to the football, even in this point of the game, and this is where you're going to get better right here.
Yep. And speaking of getting better, the Wildcats at the end of the third quarter will look to substitute as well as Slade Williams checks in, as well as Austin Compton. So with that, we'll enter the fourth quarter. That'll be the end of the third quarter of action. Wildcats 0, Pawhuska Huskies 54. We'll take a timeout. Be right back right after this.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange. Still the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
At Water Heater Man, we specialize in repairing and replacing all water heaters. We service the OKC Metro and surrounding towns with fast, reliable service. We keep our vans fully stocked with essential parts needed for basic repairs, and new tanks are always on the van.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcat TV. We're getting harassed by Nikki Jo Smith. That's okay. She's going to be a future sponsor here on Cashion Wildcats TV. Back on the handoff, and behind the line of scrimmage, Wildcats have a chance, and they do. TFL, who was that? We got some new guys in for the Wildcats as well. Is that Travis Lovehall? So
yep,
sure
Travis,
was.
yep.
A defensive end on the TFL on number 5, Parker Delgadillo. Is that right, Delgadillo?
I'm not even going to try. Parker, number 5.
Number 5.
Yep.
So nice work there by the Wildcats on the tackle for loss. Big one, 5 yards. Make up second down, 15.
Yeah, and that time, I mean, he kind of did the same move, trying to spin back through, and that time Travis did a good job of holding on, being able to bring him down and slow him down at least until the other Wildcats got there to help bring him down.
Hank Brown, freshman, checks in. He's at the safety spot, coming back out, looking to play defense up top. A couple of the Pawhuska Husky receivers in the neighborhood. Good coverage there by the Wildcats. That falls incomplete. That brings up third down and long.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was supposed to go to, but he had two Huskies right there to make the play. Couldn't bring it in. But the thing is, the Cashion Wildcats right now with, I think, freshmen across the board.
Just
in
about.
The,
Looks like we've got
secondary.
number 30. Yep, Riker Johnson's checked in at corner as well. Looks like, Slade Williams in at middle linebacker, the freshman.
Up front, I think Sheldon. Is Sheldon a freshman or a sophomore?
No, sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah, okay, we have a Sheldon Gentry sighting. I love seeing that. I saw his parents at halftime. 3rd and long, back to pass. Goes Spicer. He's going to look left side. He has a completion to Cass, and he's going to be brought down. Great tackle, one-hand tackle there. Who was that on that? Was
Hank
that Kellen
Brown.
Smith? Was that Hank Brown?
Yep, Hank Brown.
All right, love seeing that from the freshman. And that'll bring up 4th down. So good work there by Spicer finding Logan Cass. Logan's the sophomore. He's been in. In fact, had a touchdown pass, 63-yard touchdown pass earlier in the day. Future star for the Huskies. So 4th down, big stop here for the Cashion defense. Young guys versus young guys. Let's see what happens here. 3-man front for the Wildcats. Max protect for the Huskies and Spicer. Delgadillo to the right. He'll flare out to the right. Inside pass is incomplete, intended for Cass, in and out of his hands. And that'll be a turnover of downs. That was number 8. Was that number 8? That was Bryson Beitler on the coverage. Nice work there by Beitler. And so the Wildcats turn it over. They get the turnover of downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcat offense. I'm guessing Ethan Waswo's done, so we might see maybe a Riker Johnson at quarterback.
Yeah, looks like he's over there. It looks like he's lined up talking to the coach like he's going in quarterback. Yeah, you see, your few juniors and seniors are taking their helmets off and letting these young kids get out there. I say get out there. They've been out there, but now you're gonna see Riker get back there at quarterback, let Ethan kind of take the rest of this game off and get ready for the next one.
So Riker Johnson, max protect.
Hey, they've got some young kids out there. I'm calling it right now. Riker gets out on the edge and gets some space. That dude can go, and we'll see if he can't get out. If he can get get in the open out, and you can see his speed, there's going to be some people open some eyes if he can get out and into some open territory.
All right, well, let's hope to see it. We still have some starters and some guys that have gotten good minutes in here for the Huskies, including Corlin Cass and Logan Cass out there for the Huskies. Number 13 coming in, that's Riker Johnson to get the signal. He'll roll back in. Carlos Martinez, number 7, another freshman in the backfield with him. That's a nice 1-2 punch for the Wildcats. Let's see what happens here. Again, max protect, double tight end or 12 personnel. Little high snap. That's unfortunate. Riker Johnson trying to make chicken salad out of chicken poop. He almost hits the corner and he'll fall down. He just needs to cover that one up. That'll be something definitely down the road. But that one fortunately stays out of the end zone and right at the 1-yard line. So 3rd and long here for the Wildcats.
It's just a good thing that he was able to jump on that before it did roll into the end zone.
We'll try to get some numbers on the linemen here. It's just so hard with
these
long
ways off.
With these black uniforms. So 8:11 on the clock, 4th quarter. From the 1-yard line, Riker Johnson, high snap. He'll go ahead and keep it. And he's going to get bottled up in the middle for no gain. It'll be 4th down. It'll be punt time as Wildcats will roll out of their special teams. So unfortunate, Wildcats go backwards on the errant snap over Riker Johnson. And we'll be punting out of their own end zone will be our guy, Benson Waltman, 59. Deep is number 7, Logan Cass. I say deep, he's at the 39. He's at the Cashion 39-yard line. Wildcats got to hopefully Waltman can find a sideline and not down the middle. And he does go down the middle. That's a big kick. It'll bounce. Let's see if Cass will get it. He will. He's going to turn down the sideline. Big hit! And that's what happens. Nice work there. Was that Rorden or? It sure was. So give credit to sophomore Aiden Rorden taking on number 7, sophomore Logan Cass.
Hey, that's a couple of times tonight that Rorden has made tackles where you kind of go, whoa, that was a hit right there. And I'm looking forward to seeing him kind of grow, get bigger, get stronger, because he is not afraid to put his ears back and go and make a good, strong tackle.
No, great point. I think we saw maybe one of those. I think Timmy had one of those last week, and again, Rorden's had a couple today. So it'll be the Huskies back out, and this is merely a formality. A 6:36 running clock here. 1st and 10 from the Cashion 38-yard line. See, we get this snap as number 3, Wyatt Cosby, the junior. He'll get the catch. He'll cut back inside. The junior eventually met by number 4, Hank Brown, and number 80. That was Gavin Layton, the freshman. So a couple freshmen in on the tackle. So that'll bring up a second down and about 6. Yep. Second and 6 from the Cashion 34-yard line. So again, that was Wyatt Cosby, 6'1", 155 junior for the Huskies in at running back. Let's see if they try to get him the ball again. Back to pass. Looks like they will look for him. They're going to come across the middle, and that one intended for number 85, Van Wildcat. What a great name. 6'1" freshman.
Is that wasn't there a Wildcat?
Yeah, there was yes. Yes,
that was good. I mean, it was whenever defensive lineman that he just roamed back and forth like a tiger, man. I remember
great athlete.
Great athlete. We played.
Got to be a brother or a cousin,
one
or the other. So intended receiver. He's got some good size there as a freshman. They're going to stay with number 14, Drayden Spicer, the freshman, the junior in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. Gets touched in the backfield, eventually brought down. Great job there. Another tackle by Gavin Layton, the freshman, coming up from the outside linebacker spot. And I'll bring up 4th down.
A good job there by Gavin, just coming off the edge there, coming downhill, making a good angle, and got into the legs of the running back and was able to hang on and bring him down.
All right, so 4th down, another opportunity here for the Wildcats to get a turnover of downs. Max protect here. Twins up top. Aced out down below is number 18, Trip Walker, the 5'11" freshman. Wildcats looking to blitz, show a little pressure here on this outside. Let's see what happens here as Rorden is creeping up. He does come in off the backside. Let's see if he can chase him down. Outside pass to Cass. Another one off his hands. He had a chance. Great play design there as that Logan Cass, the sophomore, drops another one. But, hey, we'll take it as the Wildcats get a stop and they have a chance to maybe get our man, Riker Johnson, a chance to hit that edge.
Yeah, now let's see if we can not, keep from having a really bad snap, getting you backed all the way up on your 1-yard line, and see if the Wildcats, this young quarterback, can come in and do anything against this JV squad on the defensive side of the ball.
1st and 10. Max protect here. This is going to be handoff to Carlos Martinez. Right side's got a nice lane. He's going to take Wildcat on a ride. Nice little 7-yard run. Hey. And I know this one he was on the ground, but these Wildcats have got to take care of the ball. They got to carry it through even on contact with the ground.
Yeah. Carlos right there, though, man. I love his explosion. Yes. I mean, that's kind of what I thought when I saw him grab that ball and the way he was running. You couldn't really see. I could see his head, and it was just full speed, turn that head up, hit somebody, and it just exploded.
Totally agree. We saw it at Rejoice. It was a different speed. It was a different approach, and absolutely love Carlos Martinez. I mean, a wrestler, just an absolute competitor. Another handoff, another keeper here by Riker. Nice patience. He's going to try to get the outside, does not. Give credit to the defensive end there for the Pawhuska Huskies. Wildcat, we talked about him. Nice little tackle there as Riker Johnson goes back for a loss.
Yeah, Riker tried to bounce it out there. I was hoping he could get free, but he just couldn't get out of that grasp of the defensive lineman, and he was able to bring him down.
I would have liked for Martinez to get the handoff on that one. Riker called it. I don't know if that was an opportunity for him to make that decision, but 3rd and about 6, 2:26 here on the clock. Wildcats trying to get us their first score of the season. Down 54-0 here. Lost 59-0 last week to 2A Rejoice, 5th ranked, and 2A Pawhuska here visiting down 54-0. Riker Johnson with the handoff to Martinez. He's got a couple blockers on the draw. He's got a small hole. He's going to fall forward. Will they give him the first down spot? I think they will. Thank you, Mr. Line Judge. That'll be enough, and great effort by Martinez.
Yeah, no doubt. That's, again, another good run by Martinez just to get around that edge. Then once he did get contact, he put his hand down and got that extra yard to pick up the first down.
All right, so 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats on their 44-yard line. It's been Riker Johnson and Martinez on consecutive carries here for the Wildcats. 16 seconds on the play clock, a minute 37. Wildcats will go double tight end, 12 personnel, actually fullback tight end. Martinez to the right of Riker Johnson. That's going to be a keeper by Johnson. He's got a big lane right side to the edge. You talked about a partner. Gets a block. He has a chance. And he's brought down in Pawhuska territory. And there you go, my man. You talked about it.
You get him in some space, and the dude is a different speed. He has a different speed than most kids. And if you can get him out in some space where he can make a guy miss, he can eat up the yards really fast.
So a big run into Pawhuska territory. 1 minute running clock here. Wildcats getting the play call in. It's going to most likely be another run. I don't see any passes in Riker Johnson's future, so it'll have to be on Martinez and/or Riker Johnson. Play call getting in, I wish a little faster, but that's just me. I want these kids to have a little success. I think the coaches just want to get out of here. No injuries. Blitz is on. Riker will keep it. He's going to get no face mask call. He's going to find a lane, cut through to the outside. He's got a chance to the 20, 15. Yes, sir. Riker Johnson. Touchdown. Cashion Wildcats. 35-yard run for the freshman, and the Wildcats find the board.
I told you to give that dude some space, and he can go. And right there, got grabbed in the face mask, got loose, saw a lane, got out there in some space, and I'm telling you, he has a different speed. And when he got the edge, it was nobody catching him out there on the field. He's probably the fastest kid on the field right now, and he's going to be the fastest kid on the field many times in his future.
Fantastic run there. We joked about the face mask. He kind of worked his helmet back, tucked the ball in his left hand, and hit the jet. So nice work by Johnson. Adley Jerry with the kick, the extra point. Tough hold there. Unfortunate. It's her first opportunity as Kellen Smith kind of trying to juggle that one to get it on the tee. But nonetheless, Wildcats do get a score and get on the board for the first time this season.
Yes, sir. And that, you may think 54-6, and it was in the JV minutes, but hey, these young kids, that right there, just getting in the end zone, getting over that hump for the season is a big confidence boost right here at the end of this game, just to get points on the board.
Amen. So with that, clock will run down, and that'll be a final. The Wildcats fall to 0-2 on the season, and if you sense a little bit of excitement in my voice, I know it's strange, but I think as we take a look at this team, a lot of growth from game 1 to game 2. We still saw some mistakes, still some of the same issues in terms of angles and discipline, some bad timing on some penalties, but we saw a lot of good things here in a Class 2A powerhouse in Pawhuska that will help propel them to next week against Thomas.
Yeah, no doubt, and we talked about it at halftime with Lane of just seeing these young kids grow up right in front of our eyes. If they can continue to get better and take the strides that they're taking, they're going to be a different ball club by the end of this season for sure.
Amen. All right, so as the Wildcats take a knee, I don't think we'll have final stats or breakdown. I don't think Coach
You don't want
Shaq,
to wait for Shaq to come up?
I'm not sure he'll come up, but we'll go ahead and break it down. We
I'm texting him.
We want to make sure and say thank you to our man Gage Beddick on the field. We've got Maddox Gibson on the camera, and our producer extraordinaire, Jackson Drake. He's done a great job for us, getting us in and out of the commercials, switching cameras, making sure our mics are on. He's doing a great job for us, and it's been a fantastic addition to our team. It's been a tough start to the season, but again, I think the idea is tough but getting better. And remember, you've talked about freshmen and sophomores. My story this year, my message this year is just get to districts.
Yeah.
Get to district play, and once we get there, we're not facing against Pawhuska. We're not facing against, number 5 ranked Rejoice. We got guys that may be playing some freshmen and sophomores as well. And so that'll be the time to really kind of gauge, and I think we're doing what we need to. Nobody wants to see this, but we're challenging ourselves to get ourselves in the best position, hopefully.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Tommy Branson, a senior that's out there.
That's right.
He's a captain. That kid is, played a huge role as a sophomore and a huge role as a junior in those state championship games, coming in and filling big shoes of Camden Maroney. When Camden Maroney went down, Tommy filled in and was a big part of those championship teams. And now as a senior, to kind of have to be out there, be a leader to these young kids and tell them to keep their head up, keep working hard because good things are to come. I think he's a perfect leader out there as a senior this year to really lead this young group of kids. He's seen the success. Now he's kind of thrown into the rebuild of it, but he has a great attitude, a great work ethic, and I think he's a good example for these young kids to look up to.
Amen, amen. So we appreciate you guys joining us here. The Wildcats, are we back in action next Friday here versus Thomas?
Yep, Thomas,
right.
and it's the Rough Rider night.
Rough Rider night. So Wildcats, we'll be here at Cashion Wildcats TV. I may not be here, but we'll definitely have Chris. I may be in, there's a potential that I may be in Searcy, Arkansas on a Friday night. I apologize. We'll make sure. But Chris will definitely be here. We'll have our man Jackson Drake among the group. We'll figure out what we can do. Maybe we'll get Lane on here to do a little bit of.
I think Fippen.
Or Fippen.
No, Fippen's got to run the clock. So
well, we'll see.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
But again, as we break this down, you kind of mentioned a few things. I thought a couple of guys that stood out. Westerhoff. Drew Westerhoff stood out big time for me on the offensive side, was a difference for the Wildcats. And then Kellen Smith on the defensive side. I love seeing those guys. Those two guys kind of come out. These were guys that we didn't necessarily mention their names, in week one, but in week two we did. So again, for me, big shout out to those two guys on big plays and effort that will make a difference for the Wildcats going against Thomas and later on in the season. Anybody stand out from your perspective besides the regulars, Ethan Waswo or even a Max Higdon?
Yeah, Riordan with those two kind of 2 or 3 big tackles where he's just putting his ears back and flying in. I love that because that's kind of the way I played. Was just I didn't weigh anything, so I was like, I got to come in hard, and that's exactly what Riordan's doing, and he's doing a great job of coming in and just giving all those wow moments, and that's what you're going to have. And Cashion's always been known for, having 1 or 2 kids that can just come in and blow people up, and maybe he's that next one in line.
I love it. Yeah, big. And also, I'd love it, in terms of, I'd love seeing Timmy Jones back in the backfield as well. I'd like to see maybe a little more Carlos Martinez as well, maybe a little switch it up. But Westerhoff was the Lightning and Timmy was the Thunder tonight. But it wasn't enough as the Wildcats continue to grow and learn. And we'll call it the process, right? We'll call it the process for Coach Shack and Coach Wood and a bunch as they fall to 0-2 on this season with a 54-6 defeat to the hands of the Pawhuska Huskies. It looks like that'll be the end for us. Again, we want to say thank you to, again, all of our fantastic sponsors. We've got Lane come up. Lane, do you want to do any breakdown? He says, no, sir. I'm going to go get myself a Gatorade.
He looks like he wants to go to Subway or something.
You cannot leave without me taking pictures of stats, though, so don't leave just yet. So hang tight. All right. We'll just wait. Oh, good. Next week, yes, we are. Yeah, we're having a conversation through the window here on live television, but
good stuff.
Appreciate you guys joining us. So on behalf of Maddox and Gage and Jackson and Chris, I'm Nima. We really appreciate you guys joining us. We'll always be here for our Wildcats, and we know you will too. Go Cats, God bless.
Ready to go. We offer free estimates on all jobs with financing options available. We match manufacturer's warranty for all newly replaced water heaters. We'll get your water heater back up and running as fast as possible so you don't have to put your life on hold waiting for service. Give us a call today, 405-844-TANK. That's 405-844-8265. Go Wildcats!
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year.